Shut up and sit down.
Don't you start, because you'll set me off.
Too late, mate. I think, God, it happens, doesn't it? It's, see the credits. I see the credits counting down, and I just get the giggles because it's like we're both sat here, aren't we? Like trying to behave ourselves after having a wibble, and it's like, yeah, better be professional, wouldn't we, Dave? And then that's it. We start thinking of mischief, don't we?
Yeah, and then the giggles start. And blame it on Microsoft.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so hello, how you doing? Colin here, Festa 67's workshop, and him, the airy cornflake himself.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, Dave over at Model Maker Dave's workshop, but he couldn't be bothered to read his name out. That's a good start, isn't it? Let's get all the politics out of the way. If you'd like to help support the channel, feel free by heading over to patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or click the join button below this or any of my other video content and become a channel member. Perks of which will give you access to the Zoom 24/7 hangout, so you have a bit of that. If you want to get our attention in the chat, because we do miss comments and it ain't deliberate and we do get nagged a lot. Yeah, can't win, Dave, can we? Doing at Festa 67's workshop, that puts the name in a gold box and highlights the fact that it's an important comment. And then the same with Dave at Model Maker Dave's workshop. Or if you want to help support the channel, click the $sign and do yourselves a super chat. That puts your whole comment in a big square box of goodness. Gives me a ring and ding ding in me lug holes and a bit of air guitar on screen for you. You go, folks. So that's all of that. Quick looky-loo at chat. Up there, we've got AD, welcome to Festa's followers. He's become a channel member. Massively appreciated, mate. Have yourself a fun or funness. Me and David saying good morning to everyone. Oh, Dave, question of the day, because that hole's in and he might beat you to it.
Question of the day is, what is or what is about to go in your bellies? What is on your benches? And most importantly, what's your beverage of choice whilst watching the show?
There you go. God, belly bench and beverage, folks.
I know.
Talking of belly bench and beverage, Athos, it says, afternoon, all in Chatland. I am within, but I'm lurking, mostly due to inclement weather. Inclement weather, I'll get him over the bag holder and smoking jacket, flumpity flum. He says, oh yeah, look, wait for this bit, Dave. Oh, as I sit here watching red deer on the hills behind me on my lodge estate.
Oh,
tally ho. Is he sitting there, Dave, with his Sherlock Holmes deer stalker on and his big long coat and his shotgun hanging over his arm? Should we go and shoot a bit of Grace? Grace. Metalhead 5368 in. Yeah, we're going to be mocking today.
Hello, mate.
Saying good afternoon, all. Afternoon, Metalhead. How you doing, geezer? Paul's in. Paul J. Lewis. Afternoon, playmates. Hello, geezer.
Hello.
How you doing? Paul Christopher's in. Afternoon, fellow modelers. Very suave, isn't it?
Paul.
Afternoon, Paul. Hope you're doing all right, mate. Joseph Kelly's in. Says, made it. He says, hi. Hello, Joseph. How you doing, mate? We're expecting quite a few non-attendees, isn't we, Dave? Because the clocks have gone back and they'll all be...
Yeah, they're probably still stuck on their sheets.
So, yeah, so we're expecting a lot of bleary-eyed people go, oh, I've got to put my clocks back. And today's thing is they get finger of shame.
Fingers of shame.
Stefan Last is in, says, good afternoon from Sweden. Afternoon, mate. Hope everything's all right out in Sweden, mate, and everything's okay for you out there, mate. It's, yeah. Hopefully you're doing all right. Excuse me. Metalhead says, I've missed so many of these live streams after the past 2 weeks. He says, so I'm here watching to the end. Happy days, mate. Happy days. Hopefully you enjoy what we're up to. Because I'm going to be building a Sherman, and Dave is doing a Nissan, isn't you, mate?
I'm doing one of them.
Matthew Wald is in, says hi, everyone. Hello, Matthew. How you doing, mate? I notice you're a member there, so let's make you a mod as well. There you go. You get a spanner of goodness because, yeah. Channel members and patrons become spanners of moderating modness on this channel. So, yes. To have you a bit of that. Next time you type in, mate, you'll notice you've got a blue spanner next to your name, as well as a rather splendid, sexy icon.
Well, this is.
Metalhead says, coffee's a must. I've got a nice cup of extra strong double-bagged Rosie Lee, Dave.
I've got extra strong tea, ×2.
Yeah. Adie's back in. I thanked you earlier for becoming a channel member there, Gaze. So many, many thanks, eh? Yep. He says, afternoon, fellow plebs. Nice. Made it back from chores. There you go, mate. All D. Tomazzo's in saying, good morning, ladies and gents. Love to you and Dol, mate. Hope you're both doing all right. Belly and Bench come in from Paul Lewis. He says, Belly, chicken roast dinner later. Much later. On the bench is a 112 MFH Ferrari 315F. Yes. A beverage is water.
Water?
In Mallorca. There you go. The lovely Lynn Dipples in from Texas saying, hello, Colin Dave Uggs. I was here at the 9-second countdown. Had to get the internet to wake up. Can't stay long, going out in a few. Not a problem, darling.
Hello,
AD bench now. Belly, cheese and onion crisps. Oh, nice. Beverage, too early for Kraken, so coffee it is. It's never too early for Kraken, mate. What you do, Aid, is you say to Tanya, here, love, can you see that crow out there? She looks round and you just go drip, drip, drip in your tea, quick stir. She's never going to know. You're done. Yeah, Lee Dipple says, I know everyone's got to get ready, so I'll be looking. Not a problem, darling. Keith is in, says, hi, peeps, hope you're all well, and do the thumbs ups. Absolutely, mate. Thumbs ups make it fun, and they also help this video get recommended to as many people as possible by YouTube. So it really does help dear old Festa out. So, yeah. Thumbs up, thumbs down. If you don't like what we're doing, tell us why. The only thing with a thumbs down, you've got to press it twice. Metalhead's giving thumbs ups and peace outs and all of that. Look. Jacqueline's in. Afternoon, gentlemen. Afternoon, Jacqueline. Yeah, Dave. Dave. She made me a cake, mate. I did a video during the week. Yeah.
No, I watched it. It looked very nice.
I was teasing Fox with it Friday before we went live. I was like, hey, I've got some you ain't. Can't have any.
Oh dear, did you upset the princess?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Al says, thanks Colin for that hoity-toity sermon. It's my old barber jacket and welly boots as it's perspiring down, he says. Oh, he's got his barber jacket on.
Yeah, barber and Wellingtons.
You know what he's doing, Dave? He's going haggis shooting, isn't he?
He's going shooting for something.
Yeah, how many people now are sitting there going, oh yeah, he might be. Yeah. What have we got? Oh, Sarah Jane's in. How you doing, Sarah Jane? Matthew's taxed a bottle of Malibu for becoming a member. Oh, bless her. How you doing, darling? Frankie Goes to Bobbywood says hello again from rehab, having a lazy day. Have a pork roast, spuds and veggies and a glass of water. Okay, mate. I hope your rehab's going all right, Frankie. Took a while, mate. I must admit, when I have mine, mate, so don't expect too much at the moment, just bit by bit. Jacqueline loved the video. Not a problem, Jackie. That weren't bad for 4 a.m. on my iPhone and before I realised I hadn't used my studio mic. Yeah, so the audio might be a little bit fluctuating, but... Oh, Christopher, coffee, jam sandwich, lemon cake, chocolate hobnobs and a cream on. Bench, 67 Plymouth. And the SU 27 flanker.
Ooh.
Dave, I had to really consciously look at the post-it note when I read that because,
yeah.
Marcus Brun is in. Good afternoon, Colin and Dave. Hi, Chatlanders. Hello, Marcus. Lovely to see you in, mate. Big hugs. to you and your boy, mate. I hope everything's all right in the world of Marcus. Jacqueline's saying, all right, to AD, he's also going, oh, Dorset apple cake. Yummy. Yeah, it's gorge, mate, innit? And you ain't got none either. Lynn Dipple, belly Cheerios with milk. Good girl. Sweetie's belly, corn and baby lima beans. Happy days. For Sweetie. There you go. Beverage for you, beverage for us is water. Oh, she said, I had a Dr. Pepper yesterday. I had to go after I tried to cut my finger off. Slicing cheese. Oh, love. Be careful, darling. Oh, Lynn. Big kiss for Fingy Fingy. There you go. Metalhead says, good day to everyone in chat. Yeah, God, we love the chat. Oh, Lewis says, Sunday hugs to Jacqueline and Sarah Jane, as does AD. Ray Aquilina's in, says, I am my best friends. How are you? Hello, Ray. How you doing? Don't forget, folks, with the chat as well, there is a delay again on YouTube, I think, because of things that go on where people are uploading videos live. I think they've gone back to their 30 seconds because we now have a 30-second delay between what we see and what you see. So bear that in mind. Don't bend our ear rolls that we're ignoring you. There is a delay because we tested it, Dave, with a countdown before we went live, and it's 38 seconds difference at the moment. So bear that in mind and don't bust our chops because we do all we can. Athol says, flask of tomato soup. He's got oatcakes. Bench is 40 miles away, back in the city. I suppose from your country estate, Athol, because you've got your townhouse, ain't you? Where your bench is, and this is your country retreat, isn't it, for the weekends, isn't it?
Yeah, must be.
Because he's secretly Squire of Scotland. That's what he is, isn't he? And he's there. Welcome to my Saturday and Sunday retreat, folks. Sarah Jane says, all right, to Paul and AD, and Paul D. Tommaso's working on the flintlock pirate pistol. You've been doing Jack Sparrow voices, mate. You have. He's there with Dawn. He's going, I got my pistol, me darling. Matthew Wald Belly is bacon butty and a cup of Yorkshire tea. And Vernon's Cave is in, saying, afternoon, gents, and all in chat.
Oh, Vernon.
You go, Dave.
A question to Matthew is, on your bacon butty, have you got Daddy's brown sauce?
Oh. Good question, Dave. So that's the chat up the day. Quick one for you, Dave. How's Mum?
Mum's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mum's good. I think she's off gallivanting into a garden centre today.
Oh right, yeah.
Going out for coffee.
Yeah. And how you been and what you been up to this week, mate?
This week's been the week went really, really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Friday I was left to my own devices, which was fun.
Yeah.
I haven't really done very much apart from go to work and
Is that one of your nothing moments?
It's almost a nothing, but not quite a nothing.
Have one job.
I know.
One job. All you got, mate. Bit of enthusiasm, Dave.
Yeah.
We've been like this all morning, just mocking each other, folks. It's surprising how many people think we've been serious, Dave. That always makes me giggle, that one.
Yeah.
Sarah J says, hi, Keith, hope you're well. Things aren't great, but she's seeing the doctor on Wednesday. There you go. Metalhead goes 38 seconds. Wow, yeah, that's when we activate slobs and we see our countdown timer. I could be showing one time on that screen on slobs and a completely different time on YouTube, mate. So, yeah. Right, Dave, shall we go on the bench cam, mate?
Yeah, go on in.
And see what we're both up to. Now, I'll try on the yard to see whether their big camera picks up the bench nice and bigly for you, to see whether you can see that's too big. Because people moan and whine about, can't see what you're doing, but with StreamYard, it's too close. So you'll have to put up with that today. because not all my streams have been transferred over yet to the new platform, so you'll have to put up with it as it is for today. Hopefully the next one to go over will be this stream, and then it'll be the Wednesday stream. But I was up till 6:30 the other morning and 3:30 this morning doing artwork, and I'm kind of a bit burnt out at the moment.
Well, yeah, have a breather.
Yeah, so you'll have to put up with it. And the reason the badges are there is because I'm sponsored by people, and it's part of the agreement. So, yeah. So if you're not happy, I can't help it.
That is how it is.
It's how it is at the end of the day. And funny, I was chatting to Fox about it, and he was like, yeah, he said, but you can't take them down. He said, because it's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, this stream will go over. If I get a chance during the week, I'll do some layouts, because it's that time of year, Dave. I like a spring clean. You know this because you've worked with me long enough. Every year I do new artwork for the following year's streams, and I'm having a bit of a mission at the moment. And I thought, well, I'll change my streaming program as well, and look at other things and explore other options. And I'll be running Fox's stream later for him, because his computer likes to cough and splutter. So we're going to try his stream on my platform just to see whether or not it helps him out. So it'll be back and all. But if you want to see the difference, go back and rewatch the Frolic from Friday, where I test all the different screen sizes out. Did you see that, Dave, or didn't you bother in the end?
I didn't get that far because Fox was...
Oh, yeah, he was having a bit of a mission, wasn't he? Bless him. But, yeah, so...
He was having a wibble and a whine, or a whine and a wibble.
Yeah, and in the new platform, you get double the size screen. So, yeah. So, yeah, hopefully it'll stop. Oh, mind you, I've only heard one voice moaning at the moment. So, yeah. Anyway, I looked on their channel and I couldn't see any streams of their own to compare it with. Funny that, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Yeah, odd that, isn't it?
Yeah. Everyone's an armchair critic.
Yep.
Right. So, bit more on the Sherman. I'm going to start doing some tracks. So I'll do a run of them, and then I'll be adding a few detail bits in between doing track runs, because I don't want to burn myself out doing tracks all day, because yeah, they're not great. James is in. Afternoon, Colin, Dave, and everyone in chat. Festa and Dave Hugs. Hello, James. How you doing, mate? Lynn says, I love the new screen size. Yeah, it worked really well, Lynn. I've had some good feedback on it. It's just I haven't got round to doing all my stream setups yet, because I do quite a bit of streaming, as you know. And yeah, I just haven't got round to it all. And it's not a 5-minute job at the end of the day. You have to do each individual overlay, line it all up, rescale it, and yeah. So it does take a while. And every single show has to have its own scene created, and you do all the intros, outros. Then I have to program it all into my stream deck, and yeah, so I try my best. Everyone's saying hello to James. Hello, James. How you doing, geezer? How's Shania and Alicia? Hope they're both doing all right and all of that. Look, we will catch up, mate. By all means, if you want to PM me, mate, we'll set something up. It's just I'm having a bit of a breather again at the moment. Right. Yeah, real life and all of that.
Yeah, it gets in the way sometimes.
Oh, mate. Well, you know, off air we've spoke about what's going on. So, yeah. So at the moment, you know, it's one of those. It's just real life. Right. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to get all these little bits in here. And the minute I pick it up, I'll go to Twitch, you know.
No. Don't twitch.
Do you know something, though? The one thing about this, now this is going to, I don't know whether you can see that clearly. Why make the jig the same bloody colour as the tracks? Why not make it black so that you can see the tracks? I don't know whether you can see the track pads in there, but just one of them things, isn't it? Now, what I'm going to do between now and next week is I'm going to put all these jigs through the spray booth and spray them black.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Because, yeah, there you go. Everyone saying hello to James. Any questions in the chat? Ask us anything, and Dave will sit there and answer all your questions for me. Oh, dear. So we begin.
You king turd, you.
Absolutely. Not an ordinary turd anymore, Dave. I'm a king turd. Turd, even. Turd. And yes, I'm going to be getting ready to film my Christmas video this week, hopefully. Start the ball rolling on that. Ready for Christmas Day, and also set that up as a schedule. I think the King's doing his first one at about 3 o'clock, innit, normally?
It's probably when the nation's going to be asleep after stuffing breakfast.
Yeah, so I'll probably set mine for about 4 p.m. Either that, or I might do it for late in the evening Christmas Day. I don't know. Let me know in the chat. There's mainly Sarah Jane that come up with the idea. And then I'll set it on a schedule on YouTube to come on at that time. Whatever time's easiest for you folks, because last thing you want to do is have to sort of, you know, give up a period of time just to come and watch me rant and rave about 2022. But it's going to be an alternative Christmas speech. Christmas salutations from the mind of Festa. What possibly could go wrong?
God.
Yeah.
The mind boggles.
Yeah. So I just thought, blow it. Why not? Paul Christopher says, Dave, when is the show your work show?
Hey, what?
Yeah, he says, when is the show your work show? Don't know.
No idea.
What do you mean, mate? Does do you mean does Dave do solo streaming or?
No.
No, the fault of Dave doing solo streaming, you're not keen on that, are you? Jeff Light is in saying hello. Hello, Jeff.
Not really.
When is the show your work show? Oh, right. Yeah. No, it's the first week of every month, mate, is the gallery show, if that's what you're asking. And that'll be next week because we're still in October, mate. So next week, Sunday, will be the Sunday brunch, which is the gallery show, folks. So, yeah, if that's what you're on about, Paul. No good asking Dave. He don't know.
I don't know these things.
Yeah.
I just turn up.
He just turns up, mate. 5 minutes before we go live, he turns up. What's going on today then, Cole? Yeah.
Yep. And I get the standard answer of, well, I don't know.
Yeah. He says, when I built the Tiger and Panther tracks, I found it easier to put the track horns on, then snip the track off the sprue. But you have to clean up each track to get it to fit the jig. Yeah, that's what I'm doing with these little tracks. What's a track horn, mate? Are you on about them? Because they stayed on the sprue, because they come in things. But I don't know. What is a track horn, mate?
I think the track horn is the bit that goes in the middle that runs between the two wheels.
Oh, that little square thing.
Yeah, it's like a guide thing.
Yeah. What you mean then?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a right pain in the arse, aren't they?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, found it easier to put the track horns on, then snip the track off the sprue.
Yeah, I think I get what he means by that. He's attaching it before it. So he's got something. So
Yeah.
the sprue's giving him a bit more support.
Yeah.
I think that's what he means.
Go. It's another one done. Sorry, I mean guide on. Yeah, because on this it's saying, let's have a show of what it is. So it's saying there, put the little ones with the line on the base pad in, then lay 7 of them on it, which is them. Then put the flat pads on top, and then these little square things on top of that. So is it these little square things you're saying keep on the sprue? Because how am I going to get them in situ? Which way round do they go? Because they go with the hole in. So yeah, if I keep 7 of them on a sprue, how am I going to get them to sit in the middle? Yeah, I'm intrigued. Yeah. He says easier to hold the sprue than the individual track.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm curious now because I'm having to cut each of these tits off. So if I leave them on and glue it all together, I ain't going to be able to cut them off, am I? Because they're going to be in the way. Dum-da-da-dum. La 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 la. Yeah. You know, this is that sort of therapeutic little job that you could do late at night, isn't it? Whether or not I could do this for an entire 3-hour stream is another matter. It's not exactly riveting, is it? Candygram is in, says, hi, Colin and Dave, and a big hello to everyone in chat. Hello, Jeff. How you doing, mate? Hope you're keeping well, buddy.
Jeff.
Always nice to see Jeff in. There it is. It went all the way over there. And we got another one in there. And like that. Here you go. He's saying, Dave, that's right. Easier to hold the sprue than the individual track. I'm Colin doing the tank. That's Dave there. Next to me. So I'm not built to Sherman, just a tiger. So I show you. Yeah, basically what it's, if I show you again, because, yeah, that's the bottom of the jig. You'll put in these little squares in with the detail first on the base of the jig. Then where that red line is, that's the sprue with 7 of those on. Goes on top. Then you sandwich the inner pad on. Then the little square guide thing that you're on about that goes down the middle of the wheel is the last thing that's going on. But the way they're positioned on the sprue is like that. And that hole has to be in the middle. So how would you keep them on the sprue in a straight line when the hole's in the wrong place? If they was mounted 90 degrees round, then yeah, I see what you mean. You could cut a run of 7 off, hold the sprue on, give them a dab of glue and cut the sprue off, but they've mounted them the wrong way round. If they was spun round 90 degrees, it would be perfect. I get what you mean, but the logistics of it is just not viable with them parts round the wrong way. Well, for them it's the right way, but for me it's pain in bum because, yeah, I get exactly what you're trying to explain. Yeah. It's different. All part of the fun. But like I say, I'm only building one run of these on here anyway, just to sit and have something to do. Keith says, that's not very helpful, is it? Yeah, Metalhead saying, keep the track on the sprue and glue the oars to the track. Yeah, but that's an impossibility with the width, mate. To be honest with you. That's too wide for these to fit in there, mate, because I've measured that. So, yeah. I could put them in an envelope and get you to build them. I would have thought building tracks would be so interesting.
Well, you know one thing.
What? Here goes.
I'm glad you're keeping a track of it.
I knew it wouldn't be long. Hugh Gordon's in saying afternoon all. Afternoon, Hugh. How you doing, mate? Hope everything's all right in the land of Hugh and that you're keeping well as can be. There you go. Have a bit of that. Yeah, he done a sweet old job on that plane. You'll be seeing that next week, folks, on the gallery show. Yeah, I take it you've put it in the group, ain't you? But yeah, he's done a rather suave plane. Matthew Wald says, has anyone had any experience making 1/24th scale Italieri trucks? Yes. They're a unique fit is the best first thing I'm going to say.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, if it's the normal Italieri truck, the one thing I would criticise on it is the plastic tyres. I wish they would put rubber tyres on their trucks.
Well, the one that I've got to do has got rubber tracks, so
yeah. Oh, that's all right then.
Perhaps the newer ones are.
Yeah. Yeah, Kay says, yeah, he says, works for the Tiger and Panther, not on the show. Yeah, it's the spacing on it, mate. I'll prove it. Be the easiest option. It's too wide. You can't get the ends of the horns, see? There you go. I get what you mean, and I get what you're saying. But yeah, they've not thought of their sprue layout. Not like that, anyway. It would make life a hell of a lot easier. And it's like the clean-up. Every one of these pads where they're joined to the sprue, you've got to sit and scrape every single one because you've got a big gap in it. So, yeah, I totally get what you mean. You could literally just cut one side off, put one side on top of these guides, put them together and just quickly glue it together. Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying, but having tried all alternatives to get this to comply, it won't have it. Because the spacings are all wrong. Metalhead says, I don't mind. Carry on, mate. I'm going to send them to you. I'll send them up to you and you'll have to sit and do them, but you'll be going, oh, I hadn't said nothing. I'm joking. I wouldn't do that to you. Yeah, I would.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just one of them weird ways they've done it, Dave. To me, they've made it an unnecessary faff.
I was just thinking there's an awful lot of faff for not an awful lot of of gain. Or am I?
No,
wrong?
They've gone to the effort of putting these in little blocks of 7, going, yeah, just why didn't they do this same idea that they've done there with these pads? You know, each side. You could have one set one side, one set the other. You cut that off, you lay the base down, you lay this on top, and then the other one goes on the top of that, and then you sandwich it together. Mint. Yeah, I'm having a wibble, Dave, ain't I?
Yeah.
Paul De Tomaso says, dawn's up, he says. Oh, God. He says, time to make her a coffee and for me to grab her a few more Z's. No worries, Paul. You take care, mate. James says, yeah, no, you should send them to Panzer. Yeah, I'll send it to Panzer because he's the expert on everything, isn't he? Yeah.
Are we saying that he's an oracle?
Oh, he's an oracle, all right. You know what he's like. He sits lording in Yang out, doesn't he? Oh, yes, the world of wisdom. Yeah.
The world according to Panzer.
Yeah, bless him. It's funny. It is funny. God, it don't help when you've got hands like Pat Jennings, does it? God, that's a blast from the past. Showing me age now, Dave, and I.
Pat Jennings.
Pat Jennings, yeah.
Oh, God.
Arsenal goalkeeper, the Irish guy with the massive hands.
Peter Bonetti.
Peter Bonetti, yeah, remember him? Chelsea and England keeper. Keith's got to go and see the grandkids. Take care, everyone. Big hugs. Take care, Keith, mate. Thanks for the advice, mate, because I am going to be getting the Ryefield Tiger. So I take it that's the one you're on about that's got better tracks than this, mate. Mind you, though, I might put thrill tracks on the next one.
They're the metal ones, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah, I've got a set of them going on the, what's his name? Panzerfaust. A weird little way they do this. But yeah. Metalhead says, who's the manufacturer, Cole? What, on this one is Ryefield, mate. Ryefield Models is that one, mate, and it's the M4A A3E8 Sherman geese. Yeah. Number 5028. It's the Sherman without interior, mate. Yeah, if you're on scale, mates, you'll see if you go into my stash, I am on scale, mates. Link for that or details for that should be in the description. If it isn't, I'll add it. Send me a mate request. And, yeah, but if you want to get the instructions, it'll be on the page that's got this listed in me stash, mate. I have a feeling he's looking at the instructions, Dave.
He could be.
He could well be, yeah. Do you think I'm in trouble?
No, I think you're all right.
I think I'm all right, yeah? Yeah. Do you think he wants to tell me off? He does, doesn't he? Tell me off.
Why would you want to tell you off?
You only got a couple of manual clocks and they get set when I wind them or change the battery. Yeah. Oh, it did. Yeah, perfect. Oh, that's a result. I was curious as to whether that had mated up all right. Oh. Yeah, this is one of those, Dave. You know how me and you are really sad blokes?
What?
We like cleaning our airbrushes when we haven't used them.
Yeah.
This is that sort of job, mate.
Oh, right.
It really is, mate. Late night, you and your own. But yeah. Be nice to see them all go jiggle, jiggle, jiggle once they're working.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Yeah, because that's how tanks sound, isn't it? When they go past it, they go jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Yeah. They don't. Right. Let's put some more of them on.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
There's people out there now that are tank people, face palming, going, what's he on? Bloody jiggle, jiggle, and jiggle. There. Let's knock a pair of these off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's do that. So we
Before
do.
you said that, you was doing a very good impression of someone that almost looked like they knew what they was doing with tracks.
Now I know you're taking the mickey. I know nothing about anything and anything about nothing, mate. I'm not an oracle in anything, and I certainly don't try to sell myself that way because, yeah, I'm a middle-aged, overweight man building a plastic kit.
I'll tell you what, if you had a Scottish accent, you could almost been a double gagger for Panzer.
Yeah, no, I am content with my place, as Ronnie Barker would say. I know my place. He is upper class, he is lower class, and I know my place. Yeah, I am content with my place in the world. Yeah. Metalist says, no, you're not in trouble. Mate, it's just my humour, mate. If you met my lovely missus, you would know that I am on the naughty step on a regular basis, mate. Because I am that bloke that does everything that his missus says don't do.
You never get off the naughty step there.
Yeah, no, I don't. James says, is Colin admitting that he likes his tracks jiggly, mate? Can't beat a good jiggle, James.
Oh, that's just... No.
That sounded wrong, Dave, didn't it?
Just wrong.
Jack Lee says, I'm lurking as my brother is about to arrive to sort out her tap in the kitchen. Oh, has Kev broke your tap? Notice how I said as Kev broke your tap, because it's always our fault when a tap breaks. As my missus goes, you done it up too tight. Oh, you know, you're the one with forearms like Popeye, love. That normally doesn't work well for me.
Imagine it doesn't.
She goes, I'll give you forearms like Popeye in a minute. As the tea towel comes out, it's like, I'm going.
It's the only time you move fast is when that tea towel comes out.
Betlet says, I'm not saying a word, Colt. No, mate, not at all, mate. You're fine. Not an issue. Constructive criticism, my friend, does not hurt anyone. And this is the first time ever that I've done this sort of track, mate. And honestly, I ain't got a clue. So, yeah, any attempts at advice is not a problem, mate. And please don't think it is, because it ain't, mate. I know I don't have a great way of wording myself. I'm one of them blokes that could pay someone a really nice compliment and it comes over like I'm taking the pee out of them, and I'm not. So, you know, if you're offended, please don't be, mate. It's not what I'm about. There's enough people out there that do that, and I certainly ain't one of them. So, yeah. There you go. Keep me plumb on there. That sounded wrong, me finger. Alicia said, yeah, it sounded very wrong, but you can get your jiggle on. God, Dave, you wouldn't believe how focused I am on that little post-it note. Stop sniggering. Stop it. Behave. Behave, you rotter. Lynn says, hi, everyone. I'm home. Hello, darling. Lovely to see you back, mate. We love our Lynn.
So, does that mean that you're going to do your own rendition of, instead of Jingle Bells, you're going to have
Well, stop it.
Giggle Trap?
Yeah, get the jiggle. Yeah. Lynn says hi to everyone else in the chat. Big hugs. Such a very lovely lady is our Lynn.
Folks, after 9 o'clock, yes, Festa will get jiggy with his jiggy tracks.
Well, I've decided I've got to sit and do these of an evening. Yeah. But I wanted to... Panzer laid the gauntlet down and said he didn't think I would dare do these live. Because you know what Panzer's like? Well, I bet you wouldn't do them live. So ever since he got sent to North Korea, he's had a lip out, hasn't he?
Well, I think he's had a lip out even before that.
Yeah. So to prove him wrong, I'm a man of my word. I'm going to do these live. But I couldn't do these for a complete 2-hour stream because it's not exactly interesting. So I shall, in a moment, do a bit of the old big gunnage and all of that lot. I want to get one run done just to prove Panzer wrong that I did a run live on air. Because he knows this is the first time I've done these. And he sent us them skiffs, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
With the individual chat links, didn't he? Well, you got one as well.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why he sent them, because he wanted to sit there and glorify over us two not being able to do them. So when I said I was building this one, he sat there. I bet you won't do them tracks live on air. He did the voice. Ha, ha, ha. And I was like, yeah, I'll do them live on air. I bet you don't. Bet you don't. So I said, I will. No, you won't. It's like, better. I said, I will. So I will. Athol saying, hi, Lynn. So you're venturing out of Texas to the UK in 2024. Are you wearing your Stetson? Yeah, it's going to cost you such a lot of money, Lynn. Why don't you invest that money in getting your computer that you want, your broadband that you want, and getting all your bench set up and buy the kits? Because, in all honesty, I am this boring and uninteresting in real life. And you haven't sampled UK's transport system. It's going to cost you a fortune, and it's going to take you days to get anywhere, love. Just a thought. I would hate for you to be disappointed and spend all of them dollars when you're going to spend most of your time in the UK sat in train stations, love, because it really is going back to the 1940s when you go to the UK and try and get on the train, isn't it, Dave?
Is it the 1940s or is it the 1840s?
Yeah. I'm just wondering, love, it's one of those, I just worry that you're going to invest a hell of a lot of money. If you want to see me, darling, come in the Zoom 24. You can see me there. I look just as bald in real life as I do on camera. Yeah, Dave doesn't know, because a lot of people are shocked, Dave, aren't they, when we tell them we've never physically met.
No, with the two of us, God help society if it ever happens, but the two of us have never been in the same room in the same building.
No. And it surprises people, doesn't it? They go, really? Yeah. No, we've never physically met, which is probably safer for the world, to be honest with you. Like I said to Dave, I'll come out in public and see you, and I heard his Adam's apple go, yeah.
Can you imagine the two of us at one of those coffee places in Reading or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, it'd go well, wouldn't it?
Oh, would it?
Yeah, Metalhead saying he loves a bit of banter. Nothing wrong with a bit of banter, mate, is there? Because life is hard enough for us all. And I don't take life seriously because, it's one of them. I chillax and just accept things and goon around like a 6-year-old without going into too much detail. But yeah, a good bit of banter don't hurt anyone, mate. But there are times, because we've had it before, Dave, where people have got in touch and go, how do you two manage to stream with each other when you don't get on? Do you remember that one? And it's like, hey, what are they on about? Because sometimes our banter doesn't translate very well because it's quite blunt, Dave, isn't it?
Yeah,
And it's not a British and American thing, because this is other Brits as well that have got in touch, you know, and it's just how we are, Dave.
I think the two of us are very much on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
And any opportunity I get, I will throw you under the bus, and I know for a fact that it's exactly the same coming back. So,
oh bloody hell, yeah, it's what keeps me going, Dave. It inspires me. Yeah, Metalhead says, yeah, one train a week, Ling. Well, look at it this way, Lynn. You want to go to Orkney to see Scott. That's what, an 8-hour ferry trip? You've only got to get a bit of choppy sea and the ferry get cancelled. You'll be sat there for another day.
Yeah.
You know, the logistics. Yeah. It's small on the map, don't get me wrong, but we are so antiquated.
Oh, it's beyond belief sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. It frustrates us and we live with it. So, yeah. Having been to the States, I found everything out there because, you know, it's a vast country, all right. You know, if you want to go from Texas to, so, you know, it's a flight. We know that. But again, everything out there just seems so well thought out, organised and works. Well, from a Brit's point of view anyway, because we're coming from a system that don't. Basically, you know, I've said it about American customer service before, where it's, you know, you go into a shop in the UK. I don't know whether it's the same in Scotland. That'll tell me that one. But sometimes you can go in a shop over here, Dave, don't you? And you go, oh, could I have blah blah blah? And they look at you, I suppose so. And, you know, and they're serving you, Dave, aren't they? And it's
like, do you want my business or would you like me to go somewhere else?
Oh, could I have, you know, especially if it was a shop, you know, Mar and Park, you know, oh, could I have 20 when I smoked? Oh, I'll have 20 smokes, mate. Oh, really? You know, and they're like, oh, Dodger, I'll go down the street then, mate, you know. A restaurant service is where it's so noticeable, Dave, innit? Mind you, I couldn't do that job.
No,
but you do get a few, don't you, where it's like, you know, what do you want for your grub? Right, I'll have this. Oh, right, all right. You know, and it's like, oh, great.
Mind you, it is good if you get a waiter or a waitress that is on the same wavelength, and you give a little bit of banter and you immediately get a sarcastic reply come back, and you think, right, I can deal with you.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun here.
Yeah.
But you get some of them, they're so sour-faced and straight-laced.
Yeah, like bagpuss, aren't they?
Oh, you think, oh, God, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had that. It's like, really? Got a face like a smacked arse, ain't they? And you're like, really?
You just think, oh, please get a life.
Yeah. Lynn says, Orkney's off, just going to Portsmouth and London and the Lake District. Oh, right. Yeah. Staying at Dave Barker's, are you, darling? Because he's in Portsmouth. He's in Portsea down there. Yeah. So, yeah.
It will come under.
Yeah, you tell it, Dave. Right, what have we got there? So we got those. Apparently, they sit just in there. Oh, there is a little thing in it. God, that's tiny. Bloody hell.
Does that mean we got to put maximum magnification on?
Yeah, I have my glass of huge magnification next to me. We'll see. Yeah, it's one of them, Dave. Sorry for bashing me camera there, folks. God, that is bloody ding dong. Dave, I've got to get the tweezers of compliance out, mate.
Oh.
Blimey. It's going well, folks, isn't it? Yeah. Athol says, only time assistants are happy to serve is when they taking money off you. Other times they're too busy on their mobiles. It's the same as the rest in the UK. Oh, right, yeah, I didn't know whether he was subject to the same issues up there in Scotland as we get. But, yeah, they can be so rude about it. I don't know, it really is a thing, Dave, isn't it?
Yeah, some of them just look at you and they don't even speak, they just grunt. Or is that me?
No, I think you're bang on, mate. I think that's where the top part of that jig comes in, because that holds all of them in place, doesn't it, like that? Yeah. You. Sarah Jane, she says, when Americans ask you to keep talking as they like your accent. Yeah, my accent when I'm English, they get a piece of my mind. Yeah. Yeah, I had that in a deli in New York. Oh, I ambled in there. I was in there a good hour and a half, Dave.
I bet.
Could you say this? Could you say that? And it's the fact that this geezer phoned his mum, right? He says, here, mum, I've got one of... Because obviously I sound like a New Yorker, don't I? But in his lingo, it was, mum, we got one of those cockneys in. He said, listen to him say this. And he was holding the phone out whilst he was getting me to say stuff. Like, really? But they was lovely, you know. They weren't taking the Michael. It was just they found it fascinating.
Yeah.
You know, it was, yeah. And the hospitality out there is second to none. But yeah, and the cab drivers were funny as well. You know, one of them was bang on though. He's like, "Oh, you're from the East End, you are, aren't you?" How'd you know? He said, "I've been over there a few times, mate." And yeah, he said, "Yeah." He said, the accent, he said, he's there. He said, as soon as you got in and spoke, he says, like, yeah, he's from the East End. I said, oh, nice. Yeah, he'd been round our neck of the woods, mate, when he came over. It was like, bloody ding dong, what a small world.
Fine.
Yeah. He said, it's funny, though, isn't it? He said, it's quirky in the UK. He said, in a nice way. But he said, I was glad to come back home. He said, I don't know how you folks put up with it over there. He said, because it's nothing's, there's no sense of urgency, is there?
No.
Is that a good way of describing it?
It gets done when it gets done, and it won't get done a minute before it gets done.
Yeah, Metalhead saying, Portsmouth, I'm happy. He said, I live in Pompey. He's right next to the football stadium. Oh, you're down by Fratton Park. Good man. Yeah, I'll take it Portsmouth still play at Fratton Park. I could be showing my age here, mate.
No idea.
I can always remember being down there when they were playing Southampton.
Oh, God.
At Fratton Park. Me and my missus was down there that day. Oh, mate. They don't get on.
No, they don't.
You know, and I thought us and Millwall were bad. But, yeah. It's funny, I didn't expect it. It sounded strange, didn't it? Because we all see them places as quaint little seaside towns, don't we?
Nah.
And it's like, no, they're not. They really don't like each other.
No. Well, many, many years ago, I did some installation work for Hampshire County Council.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I had to go to the likes of...
Candygram for Mongo's in. Sorry, Dave. Hello, Jeff. Just wanted to acknowledge Jeff.
Hello, Jeff. So, yeah, I kind of know that, you know, you in and around Portsmouth and the Southampton way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh, Paul Christopher says I live in Southampton. Oh, you're only down the end of the motorway from me, geez. Happy days. What part of Southampton you in, mate? Yeah. That's a small world, isn't it?
Mm.
So we got a Portsmouth and a Southampton in the chat, Dave. Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
Hugh says, good job you're not Scottish. Would have been haggis to Sarah Jane. Oh, yeah. See, it's strange, isn't it? I like a bit of haggis. And yet Helen, who's from Findon, don't like haggis, mate. Yeah. I would have thought she would have loved it, but yeah, she's not a fan. I love a bit of haggis. I
can't say that I like it.
Yeah.
I can't say that I don't like it. I've only ever had it once, and it was only like a forkful.
Yeah.
So you can't really sort of judge it on that because it's just not right.
Yeah. Paul's down in Shirley. Happy days.
Shirley?
Yeah.
Doing installs around Shirley.
Yeah. I say that was not down your neck of the woods, was it? Shirley, was that where Benny Hill lived?
I don't know. Oh, no.
There you go. So we've got those in with the ons. One set of tracks done, Dave, in all that time. Look at that. Whoa. I have done my first ever set of 7 track links. So they're going to go into the jig of holding this whilst everything dries. For you. Can I stop now, Dave? I'm proud of myself there. I proved Panzer wrong. I did some tracks on air.
Well, you could stun and amaze him by doing 2 sets of tracks.
No, I'm not going to stun and amaze him because you're a git. I've got all of that lot to do, and I don't think it's great telly. So I will be doing them in the Zoom 24/7 hangout during the week. So they can come in and mock me in there as much as they like, because that'll be my therapy during the week. That'll be. Yeah. And it gives me a chance to spray all them jigs black, because I really did struggle to see the difference there. We've got a pair of them to go back. Right. Okay. Let's just put them there. That's... yeah, Hugh says, like everything, you get good and bad. Sarah says, you need to read my comment to see why Champ wrote that. Yeah, I will do in a minute, Sarah Jane. Don't start telling me off, darling. You know, we are trying to build kits as well, mate.
Yeah.
So I will scroll up in a second, read it. So did say at the beginning of the show, give us a chance, because there is a time delay between chats appearing, but we are also trying to build model kits. I can sit here with my hands folded and just read out chat, but it's not very entertaining.
Nah.
So let's find out what she said. You know, bear that in mind. You know, it's very easy to sit there and have a go at someone if they miss a comment. But, you know, have a good stream yourself and you'll see what we're up against. Right. It's when Americans asked, yeah, I read that one. Yeah. She's saying goodbye to Lynn. When did she did adventure canoeing in Canada? The tour guide got muffins, thinking all English eat muffins every day. I made him eat them. Ah, right. Hey. But yeah, no worries. Metalhead says, I'm not into football myself. When Pompey plays at home, I'm elsewhere out fishing. Oh, you're a fisherman. Good man. Yeah, I used to do the football thing, but in the end, my missus got the Sarah Jane says I wasn't telling you off. No worries, mate. But yeah, it's honestly, Sarah, the amount of times we get people, oh, you've not read me chat out. It's like, yeah, although it's there, I am trying to focus on the kit as well. So, yeah, we don't always get it right. No offence. Right, let's have a looky-loo. But, yeah, I've missed going up to Scotland because the last time I went up to Edinburgh, because that's where we go there a lot, was before we got the chocolate velociraptor, Dave. And
oh, yeah.
I love going up to Scotland because I just love the people, and I love the environment of Edinburgh with the Royal Mile, Princes Street, all of that, and going around the old town and that. And I just love it up there. And if I could, if I won the lottery, I would move to Edinburgh. I'd get an apartment up there, just off because I stay in Hart Street when I go to Edinburgh, and I'd buy that big house where all the apartments are. Just buy the lot and go, yeah, that's where I'm living. I love it up there, but I do miss it when I'm not there. That's a bloody photo etch, isn't it? Bam. Right, okay, I can do this though.
I only been to Scotland once.
Yeah.
I went to Livingston.
Yeah, I've been there. I did a set up there for a distribution centre in Livingston. That was fun.
Yeah, I was up there, well, oddly enough, when I was working for Sky.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because I don't know if it's still there now, but they did have a massive customer centre up there.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, I was up there for, it was about 3 days.
Oh, right, yeah.
I thought it was all right, you know.
That's the world's smallest bit. You says, yeah, we're a good bunch of tight-fisted, haggis-eating, alcoholic bar stewards. Yeah.
I would second the alcoholic stewards because of having been out with you lot on a sociable night when I was in Stockport.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I'm still alive now.
Yeah, don't try to drink a Scotsman.
I didn't.
Yeah, it never works well, does it?
No, I was quite happily drinking at my own pace.
Yeah.
They probably turned around and said, Dave, there's 3 pints here sat waiting for you. I said, I never asked for them. They said, well, tough, you've got them now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Worked out well for you then, did it, Gaze?
Oh, yeah. I woke up the following morning and thought, oh, God. I was
yeah. I nearly made that mistake when I was up there, where one of them was like, fancy going out on a pub crawl, mate? Just a few of us. And I very nearly said yes. And it was like, yeah, I dodged a bullet that night.
I only did it once, though.
Yeah.
Because I was up there each week, and the following Thursday they said, "Are you coming out with a drink with us tonight?" And I said, "No, you're all right. You go and do what you do." And they all looked at me and said, "You are a coward." And I said, "I am sensible."
Absolutely. It's like, that is the correct answer. Right, they say 156 mil of that. So let's have a look at 156 mil. They
said, "Oh, it was a good laugh with you." I said, "Yeah, it was a good laugh with me because I was as a parrot."
Yeah. Did you make them cuddly toilet drunken man noises that us English are so good at doing?
Fortunately, no. I didn't have seconds.
Dorkosaurus is in. He says, "Good morning, Colin Dave and everyone in Chatland. Hugs for everyone."
Hello, Dorkosaurus.
Yeah.
So yeah, I only did it once.
Yeah.
Just politely said no.
Happy days.
To which they took the rise out of me and said, "You're a coward." And I said, "Yes, I am."
Yeah. I'm sure I just cut that. Oh, well, obviously I didn't. Either that or that was the world's bluntest set of nips. Yeah, I did. That's there. Yeah, there it is. Not sure why they give you that, because that is crud. But that's what they said. That's what they want. Measure that again just to make sure I've kept the right one. Don't want to put the wrong length in the bag. That's the 156. There is the longer one. Athol says used to be Rose Street in Edinburgh. Had 56 public houses, and a good run would be halfway down to one side and remember where you finished up. Bloody hell, mate. Just as well I politely declined them out. Oh, I'd be still curled up in a ball beside the road up there, mate. Brightstam's in. Josh says, "What's up, everyone?" Hello, Josh, from the other side of the pond there, mate. How you doing, fella? Lovely to see you, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Hope family are keeping well and everyone you love dearly is safe and sound. Nice to see you in, Josh. Josh does interviews with people in the modelling community in the US on his channel. Pop over and give him a thumbs up, a like and a subscribe, folks. If you like to see other modellers on air and what they do, that's the man to go and have a looky-loo at. Okay. He says, "I'm just getting up." Oh, yeah. Happy days, mate.
It's all right for some. Oh, dear, excuse me.
Let's put a bit of that one on the ends of that just to stiffen that up a bit. That sounded wrong. He's got an interview on his channel today. Oh, nice one, mate. Yeah. Happy days, mate. A bit of rocket on there. Dorkosaurus says, "Hi to Ransdam." Me too, just woke up. Yeah, there you go. Are you interviewing Josh today, mate? You'll have to excuse my ignorance, mate, but I haven't had a looky-loo on much today, because, yeah. We kind of get distracted when it's clocks back day, Dave, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Rick Singh. Ah, nice. Nice one. There you go. That's one end of that one. A little bit of extra thin super glue and a bit of rocket, and it does the job. What I'll do, Josh, when I come off air, mate, is I'll bookmark that as a reminder, and I'll sit and watch that later. I've got another stream to do to Salvo, so.
You got the delights of the princess.
Yeah, I've got a Princess Fox I'm streaming with at some point. I'm waiting for his message to come through with a time.
He's probably still in bed because he hasn't set his clocks right.
Yeah. Oh, if anyone will get the finger of shame, it's going to be him, mate. Okay, let's get the other end of that. Yeah. Be surprised how many people would have forgot the clocks today, but here you go. Have you some of that?
That's a bit better.
Go. Put a little dab of that on the end.
A dibby dab or a dabby dib?
A dabby dib, Dave. That went well, Cole. That went really well, that one. The other one went a lot better. We put a bit more super glue on there. Try and get it to actually stick in the right place there. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Hang on, did you say super glue?
It's an ecumenical matter.
Yeah, hey, you go steady. You know what happens when you use super glue? Your fingers get stuck to the bench.
I do when I'm using kicker.
Dear, oh dear.
You go. Al says, I've got to move position as two stags are having an argy-bargy to see who's best prior to the rut season even. So he might lose connection due to tree coverage. Oh, look at you.
Oh, does that mean he's out?
Yeah, he's definitely at the country estate, isn't he? Dorkosaurus says, what is Dave working on? He's working on a Nissan Skyline, Dorks. Is what he's working on. I can, I'll put this down in a sec and I'll full screen him, mate, so that you can see what he's up to. There you go. Now that that's beginning to bite, I can now put another dabbykins on there. Give that another blast. Ross is in Scale Model Ninja, says, afternoon all. I've been busy with the kids trying to sort out the death trap they call their bedroom. Oh, I remember them days, Ross. Oh, yes. The days of cleaning the kids' bedroom.
Yeah.
Many a day I lost doing that.
How many times did you break your ankles?
Yeah, and you'd always go in and tread on a block of Lego.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Not having it. Right.
Bobbins is in saying greetings. Hello, Bobbins. How you doing, mate? Candygram says the clocks in the US go back next week, which ought to really confuse YouTube regarding live stream times. Yes, mate. That's the thing, innit? Gets us all, that does. I remember today. Normally I forget. Fox is in, be in and out of chat. It's mostly lurking. Big huggies to all. Hello, Festa and Dave. Hello, Fox. How you doing, mate? Yeah, that went really well as well, didn't it, Cole? He says, done that about 20 minutes ago. He's saying hello to Jeff as well. Yeah. Dave's doing his obligatory bit of airbrushing now. Let's try and get that. He says, Christmas is cancelled if his son doesn't keep his room clean. Yeah. I can well believe it, mate. Yeah, some of the issy fits we used to get off of our kids when it came to bedroom cleaning time are legendary, mate. Absolutely legendary. You'd send them up to clean their room and 6 hours later they had moved one comic. And you'd be like, how can it possibly be this difficult? But yeah. Guru saying to Jeff, the cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. There you go. And that was Fox doing that in his best Carl Sagan voice. You'll have to imagine that. Because as much as he would plead with me to have a go, I'm not going to. Let's get that off there. Really don't like this stuff. I have got some picture frame stuff that will be much better than that. I think I'll bung that on because that is, yeah. Got some nice proper picture frame hanging wire, the brass stuff. I thought they would be much better making this out of the brass wire rather than that little bit of string. I'm not a fan of that, to be honest with you. I think the picture wire will work much better. But we'll persevere. He says, have a go. Come on, chat. Hassle Festa. Read it out. The Cole say good. No. Not going to happen. You try as much as you like, mister. You're not having your own way now. It's not happening. Try as you might. Something. You go, all of that just for 2 little ends. So really? Right. Super glue is going away. Because we're done with it. Okay. But we managed not to glue dear old Festa to the bench. So I'm going to quit whilst I'm ahead on that. Rock it up there for now. I'll sort that out later when the mic ain't in the way. Throw that in there. See how. I take it audio and video's coming out all right as well, folks. So I'll take it that's all right. You can let us know. Don't need any of that. We've got that sorted out. Okay, so it's both of those. Yeah, we got that. There's a wing nut. We got that bit. Goes there. I had the wing nut on there, but I bet it ain't on there now. It's gone on there somewhere. So let's have a looky-loo with my magnifiers of magnifyingness and see whether we can spot it. Luckily, there's enough on the sprue to give you a spare. But it is the world's tiniest thing. Ah, there it is. Or is that the bit I just put on there? That's the bracket. Love this in here. Let's put that on the cutting mat where it's visible. Yeah, goes well, doesn't it, folks? Is that the wing nut there? Oh, it's tiny, isn't it? Right, we'll cut another one. Video and audio are good. Yeah. Vernon's Cave saying the same. Right. Bin that I look like I might have lost that in the fibres of the cutting mat. Yeah. I'll cut the spare one off. And it is the world's most smallest part. Look how tiny they are. Yeah. On there is the wing nut. Look at them. Really? So what I might do is leave them on the sprue until I need to glue it on. Because, yeah. Apparently that goes up on there. Like that. Yeah. So that goes on there and clicks on there. Yeah. There's a bracket already for it. Yeah. Where's that? Anywho. Let's get the old turret of goodness. Now in there I've got all my bogies and everything from last week that I was bunging on. If you remember rightly. Everything I've made so far is all in there. That's everything from last week. I'll put that to one side. Bring that little bracket closer so I can see it. And that's what I worked on, so I don't need all of that lot. Candygram says, lost in the fibres of the mat. It will be found. Because this mat literally sits on the cutting mat for the day whilst I'm building. But once this stream's over with, I shall give it a bit of a dust off. But hey-ho. If it's gone, it's gone. Ah, found it. Eee. It was on my leg. Look at that. How tiny it is. Look at that fast little thing sat at the end of the blade there. Look. On the blade tip. wing nut off tipness. What a poxy little... Anyway, we found it. There you go, I'm happy now.
I was going to say, steady. You want to look at the post-it note.
Yeah, honestly, Dave, it's a right little thing.
Yeah. It's one of them. It's a little so-and-so.
Yeah, it's one of those, Dave.
Mm.
Okay, so that goes in there like that. That's there. Okay. So they went to all of that. Weird. They could mould the bracket on here, but they couldn't be bothered to mould one on the front.
You would have thought they would have just done it as a moulding.
Yeah.
Not as an individual part.
Yeah, that goes right down on that bit there. Which is odd.
Right.
How strange. So I can't actually put that on until I join the both arms together because it goes right down on there. I'll glue the bracket on. I'm going to have to put the wing nut on though, ain't I? Because I'll lose it again. Oh.
Does that mean you can't wing it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to put all of that like in a bag of sameness. Purely so I don't lose it, because I can't put it on yet until I've built all the tracks and joined the top and bottom of the hole together. Right. So I want to, so that I don't lose it again, Dave, I'm going to put that wing nut, that bit, in this bag of baggedness.
Just don't lose the bag.
Oh, don't say that. On sod.
It would be the same as what you would say to me.
Yeah, I'm not even going to put the rope of ropiness in there with it. I'm going to rest it with it. And there is the wing nut and the bracket. Now, the reason why I'm not putting that on is going to become apparent in a second. Purely and simply because it goes around that bit along here and then right down, and the bracket goes down here. Well, I'm not joining these together until I've done the tracks and wheels. I'd assembled them all because it's easier to do it with it like that than it is for me to get my hands up underneath the mud guards. Yeah. So it's really going well so far. Okay, we've got some stuff to go up underneath its Aris. Okay. So we've got to build some of these. And they go on there. So you've got options here, by the look of this. Yeah.
Options is always good.
That
option's not good.
They can either go up underneath like that. I take it these are adjustable things then, that, I don't know much about things. And then on these ones, they're up there. I'm going to go with them underneath its bum.
Oh,
yeah, I'm going with that option. Right. So they're going to go. That's that. They need to go up under there. Let's empty that out for a minute. Dry fit it. Let's see how it's looking. Nothing loose in there. Cole, is there? No. Good. Yeah, Spot who's never built a tank before. Is it obvious, folks?
No, you're winging it really good, mate.
Yeah. A lovely thing, though. Can't wait to do the other ones, but like I say, get my armour experience up a bit more. Right, so we've got that. They obviously then is that. They're then going to flip over and fill that hole in. Right, I'm with it now. Did that sound convincing, Dave?
Almost.
Right, let's have a quick looky-loo in the chat.
Oh, that's front.
Fox says you could 3D print yourself a tiny parts tray. Well, normally, Fox, I have my blue electrician's mat here that's got the rubber part boxes in it, but I kind of left the rag on here from Friday and forgot, mate, and I couldn't be bothered when I went live to get all the way back up, go down the other end of the man cave to get my proper electrician's mat that I use, because that's got built-in part boxes, mate. But thanks for reminding me. I failed miserably, but hey-ho, I don't care. Okay, D. Jeez, that one. Bobbin says, I've just bought train tickets for Telford. Something to look forward to before his surgery takes place. There you go. Yeah, it's Telford time, Dave, innit? Wonder how many people are going to that this year. I personally don't.
No, I'm not going, but I know that there are people planning on going up there.
Yeah.
I would imagine it would be a good turnout.
Yeah. Yeah. Not, yeah. For me to get up there. But the hassle involved and the cost of staying up there and all of that lot, I'd rather invest the money on kits and paint and, yeah.
Yeah, but could you imagine the chaos that we would cause if we did go up there?
Yeah. I don't think we'd be asked to go back, do you? I don't think we'd be asked to go back.
No.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's something I would like to have gone to, but I'm realistic, Dave, and for all the hassle and all of that, I'm not really going to save any money up there buying kits. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg to get up there. I'm going to have to be hobbled about and bustled around and all of that lot, and it's like, yeah.
I would like to go just to say that I've been there.
Yeah.
Would you be able to see everything in one day? Probably not.
Yeah.
Mind you, I do like watching the videos on YouTube of other people being up there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of them, mate. You know, I get asked every year, am I going? And it's like, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's the same answer every year. No.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be nice to go and meet a few folks, but, you know, at the end of the day, they want to meet me, don't come in the hangout.
Exactly.
Right, let's do 35. That one. There you go. And 39. That one. 3, which is that one. And 36, which is that one. You a bit of that. Have you some of that? It's a nice bit of vintage there. I'm surprised they didn't do that out of photo etch. Jeff Light says, I'm back. Me internet wobbled. There's been a lot of it, Jeff, lately, mate. The internet wobbling. I'm quite cynical. I'm wondering, it may sound strange, but is it a certain country that's got the ump at the moment interfering with the UK's internet?
Possibly.
Just makes you wonder. See, we got the blame the other day for blowing up that gas pipe. How did that work out?
I think they're just looking for excuses so they can do something else.
Yeah. Without getting too deep into it, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, the theories of a madman. Ray Aquilina says, Jeff, my friend. Bobbin says, I usually end up buying tools and stuff rather than kits. It's nice to be inspired by other people's builds, however. Oh, yeah, I totally get that. But, yeah, it's... Yeah. It's just the practical side of it, mate, now. Real life and all of that lot. It's just not viable. You know, it's... Yeah, because obviously either me missus or if Dave was up there or you know, they would have to be me carer for the weekend. That ain't fair on them, you know. And if I'm having a crummy time with the carcass, I'm going to be as miserable as arseholes, and it's not what people want, is it? Let's be honest. So, yeah.
Mind you, you probably get fed up with me pushing you around all day.
Yeah, how many times would you let the brake off and just leave me to roll down somewhere? Yeah, I know you would. Don't say you wouldn't.
As if I would.
Yeah, tell it to the other hand.
I would never dream of doing that.
Yeah, you seem shocked, Dave, don't you, mate?
I'm almost offended.
Yeah, because I realised that's what you would do. Yeah. Yeah. So that's that side, and then that side goes there.
It would be no different than if the boot was on the other foot and you was pushing me around.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. You know that would be the case. Be rude not to.
No, I don't have to be done.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's rude not to, mate, isn't it?
Either that or I'll leave you in the lift and let you go up and down, up and down.
So how many in the chat are off to Telford this year out of interest then? You know, most of you going up, you know, it's 10 minutes. Is it as big as it once was? I don't know. No, it's...
Well, apparently, what is it? I think it's in three halls, isn't it?
Mate, I don't know, mate.
Because I know as soon as they finish one, they start planning for the following year.
Yeah.
Well, I would think you'd have to with the size of it, because it's...
Yeah. Well, you've got all your people that like to book stands and all of that, ain't you? And yeah. I can imagine it's a challenge keeping everyone happy up there.
Oh, God, yeah. But as the saying goes, you'll please some of the people some of the time, but not all of the people.
All of the time, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of them, you know, there's a lot of people that go up religiously for it, you know, and it's their thing, you know, fair play. You know, if it's your thing, isn't it, at the end of the day, but yeah.
Yeah, it would be nice to go up there, just to say I've been up there once.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's... It's, for me, it's not one of those must-go things, you know. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, most of the folks that I know and socialise, we all do the hangouts, and yeah, and I buy all my stuff online. I know for wherever I went with someone else, my missus ain't going to settle until I get back, because she's going to be worried whether I've had, you know, a moment, should we say. And yeah, it's just not fair on those around having to look out for us. It's their weekend, you know what I mean? And yeah. Yeah, Jeff, I've noticed, I've heard the rumours that a lot of the traders aren't going this year, or a few of them.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, yeah, that could well be the cost of the stands, or the fact that it's just not viable at the moment with the economy and that. You know, I mean, you think what it costs a business to pay for a set of stands for the weekend, transport all the stock and all of that lot, pay the people that are selling it, you know, and yeah. So as a business model, I don't know. Obviously not running a model related business, I can't answer that. Yeah. And like I've said to folks, I am just as bold and just as boring in real life as I am on camera. So
I suppose you've got to weigh up how much you think you're going to make as a business up there.
Yes.
And how much it's going to cost, because you've got to be up there for both days. So you've got overnight accommodation for however many people. Yeah, it must be a tough call. Yeah,
Jeff saying I think it's a combination of both, Cole. Yeah, I think you're bang on there, Jeff, to be honest with you, mate. Yeah. Because, you know, it must be difficult at the moment running a business in the modelling world, because the money's just not there, is it?
It's not there because no one's got any money at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just stick that on the wrong way up. You know, I can't tell. Did I? Can't tell. Let's have a looky, Lou. That one's that way. Yeah, it did. Pillock. Didn't think it looked right.
Oops.
That's all right. It's still wet enough. You know, when you look at something and you think,
nah, it's not right.
Yeah, don't look right there. I make the mistakes so that you don't have to. God, stop twitching. There you go. If in doubt, persuade it. There you go. That's better. Now look at it, Cole, and see whether it resembles what it does in the picture. Round that way. There you go. See, we got there in the end.
Good.
Yeah. Have you a bit of him? Yeah, it's not very, not a very good compliance fit, though. Just looks a bit...
Bit chunky.
Yeah, bit... Yeah. Could be me, could be end user. Because, you know, this is Festa. So let's give it a bit of that and line that up that way. That's the beauty of the Festa's glue, mate. Gives you a bit of wiggle time, Dave, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah. Have you some of that? That's more like it. We got there in the end. Metalhead says, Dave, your PC is behaving itself today.
Yeah.
Is your computer behaving itself today, Dave? Does he mean me? Does he think I'm Dave?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. This is going out on my system, mate. So, yeah, my computer's behaving itself. There's no... Yes, not an issue, mate. It's just one of them, mate. But I am using StreamYard for this stream. This is going out on my older platform. We are trying other things going forward that are beta software at the moment is the best way of describing it. And yeah, so that'll sit on there and bridge that gap. So I reckon glue it on that one. And then when I take this apart, it should stay there.
Ooh.
That's the theory. Reality will probably be completely different. But that's the plan. I've got to do another one of them. What else is going in there? It's everyone saying be right back. Bobbin says, I've just bought tickets for Telford. Jeff says, I thought part of the A22 on the Fine Moulds Millennium Falcon was super tiny, but it's a behemoth compared to them track marks. Parts, yeah. Jeff says, now I'm wondering what the record is for the smallest plastic sprue part on a model. I want to know, so I will never buy that model. Yeah, when it come to cutting them off, mate, I was like, there ain't a piece on there. Then I felt it with me thumb, and it's like, yeah, there is. Bracket comes close to that, Jeff. I must admit. That does come close to it, because that's even small. Yeah, they do seem to like really, really challenging small bits on this.
Sounds a bit like trumpeter.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah. But apparently that's a thing with armour.
What's that? Small parts.
Small parts, yeah. Apparently it's a thing. ECI the Hosing says hello all. Hi Colin and Dave. Hello EC, how you doing, mate? Lovely to see you in, mate. Hope you're doing all right on this wonderful sunny or calm Sunday. Here, Dave, it's supposed to be getting really hot again, isn't it, over here?
Is it?
Yeah, they reckon it's going to be, super sweaty high temperatures again this week. I'm like, really? November?
Oh.
God, the old conspiracy theorists are going to love that, aren't they?
Well, the climate people will be on it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they certainly will, mate. Oh, David Icke's going to be sat there rubbing his hands, isn't he?
Oh, God.
Do you remember him?
David Icke. Ah, yeah.
That show he did on Wogan, do you remember that? Oh.
I didn't see the show. I heard about the half that fell out of it.
I got him with climate because a lot of that went on to actually happen in some respects, but it was when he started saying the royal family were alien lizards that he lost me. And I was like, right, okay, what's that all about? And then like I actually thought he had been on the old shrooms, mate, you know?
You've been on something.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, he's not quite, he's not well, is he? Yeah, it's on YouTube, Dave, if ever you want to watch it. It's out there. Don't get me wrong, like I say, you know, I'm not knocking him. A lot of what he said about the climate with, you know, there's going to be, you know, the storms and weather change and things of that ilk. Yeah, have proved to be a thing. But it's the other stuff that he went off on a tangent, Dave.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think he got himself a bit befuddled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really did seem a bit, yeah, he's not well.
Is he still with us or has he departed this world?
No, I think he's still around, mate. I can't guarantee that. I think he is. Anyone in the chat, is David Icke still with us? Is he still alive? Bless him. But yeah, it's one of them, mate. You sort of sat and thought, yeah, he's really going for it here in a big way.
Mm.
Does that stick out or not? That looks a lot flusher on that one than it does on here. I still don't think that's 100% in the right spot. So I'm going to give it a jiggle and see what happens.
You and your jiggles.
Yeah, it's one of them, Dave. It's one of them, mate, because there's a groove in there, and I'm sure that needs to drop in there. But then that puts that too high. I'm going to go with that.
Oh. Festa makes a decision.
Let's see whether that works. Yeah. Metalhead says you should do a video of your man cave one day. Really? Eh?
Yeah.
If you want to see the man cave, I'll spin the webcam round so you can have a looky-loo, mate. Not a problem. It's on a boom on. Right. I'll give you the guided tour. That's me bench. That in front of me is me monitors so that I can see the stream. On the other one, I have YouTube. Next to me there is the window of airedness, and then me aquarium, me microphone. I've then got me door, which leads out to me wheelchair ramp, but I use that with all my pegboard on it for all me things. I've then got me stream deck that's got all the buttons on that control the stream. Below it there on a trolley is my main PC rig. I've then got fridge of goodness there. In this drawer, believe it or not, it pulls out, there's a printer in there, a Canon printer. Obviously, underneath me, there's the snap-on tool chest that's got all my tools in it. Let's just change the boom arm. Then we've got fan of bigness. All my 3D printer set up. There's a filament printer, resin printer, a wash station. Another toolbox in the corner with me car stash above it. We've then got shelves of displayedness and drawers. And then here we've got the rest of me stash. Then we've got display cases with builds in that I've done in the past. Then it comes round to what's behind me, which is me cabinet. So I've got a shelf and me green screen, me paint rack and me. And then above me head, so I've got something interesting to look at. I've got all me artwork and stuff all above me there, mate. That's a quick guided tour. The man cave, mate. A lot of people think I'm in a little tiny room. But, you know, or someone once said, oh, you're under the stairs or what? No, that's Dave. Dave lives under the stairs, don't you, Dave?
I'm under the stairs.
So, yeah, there you go, mate. Hopefully that gives you an idea. But I will do a video. If it's something you think you'd be interested in, mate, I'll sit and film it. Give you a guided tour. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the old utility room in the house. And it's got the central heating boiler in it. I've got 2 PC servers in here. So it does get a bit warm. You know, a lot of people go, oh, yeah, it's a really tiny room. It's actually, I think, 14 foot by 9 in here. So it's not small, but I've pretty much crammed in everything I can. You know, I use every bit of space for its maximum potential. It's probably the best way of describing it.
Yes.
But it works for me.
That's the main thing.
See, so that'll sit like that. So I'm going to let that go off so that it keeps that bracket in the right place. Yeah, Dave's under the stairs. There are photos in the Festa workshop group, and then there's an album in there which says man caves. I need to update me photos in there because since that lot was taken, I ripped out my man cave and completely rearranged it. And I am in the throes of uploading all them photos of the before and after so that you can see the difference. But in there is Dave's man cave, where he is literally under his staircase, bless him. And how he gets that all in there is, dare I say it, we're men, we do like a challenge, but Dave's workbench is like trying to get 2 tits into one bra cup.
Right.
It was an ecumenical challenge, wasn't it, Dave?
Yeah, if I do that and then I do that.
Jeff Light says a tour of your hobby space would be cool, Colin. Okay, mate, I'll sit and film that, mate. I will happily do that for you and give you the walk around with all the 3D print set up and everything. I'll sit and film that. Yeah, sorry, Dave. Go on, mate.
So here we go. So there is my staircase.
Yeah.
So I am literally under the staircase. It is tiny, but it's bijou and compact.
Yeah. Absolutely, mate. Yeah. Honestly, it's like getting 2 heads in one swimming cap, Dave, isn't it? It was a tight fit.
The amount of to-in and throw-in I did, and getting you to have a look by using the cameras to show you what I've got, and you say, well, what about if you do this? What if you do that? And it's like, okay.
Yeah, it was just fresh eyes, Dave, wasn't it? It gave you a fresh perspective, mate, and glad to have helped you out, mate.
Yeah, and it was your fault that I got a hobby zone.
Metalhead says, love it, Cole. Yeah, I will. I'll film a walk around tour for it so that you can all see what it's up to, what's going on. I'll get the camcorder out for that, and I will happily do that for you all. Give you a tour of what's in here, what's in the stash, why it's laid out like it is. I mean, those that don't know, you know, I will permanently be in a wheelchair at some point. So when I laid this bench out, I wheeled myself in here in the wheelchair so that I could see what I could and couldn't reach. That's why I have so many boom arms and grab handles everywhere. And that's how I planned it out for the day when that happens. And when I ripped the man cave out mid-season this year, it's because my mobility took a turn for the worse, and I thought that time was more imminent than it is. So I lowered everything down. My 3D printers used to be up above the toolbox where the stash is, and I dropped everything down so that I could sit in the wheelchair and be able to access everything. So that's why it's laid out like it is. You've got to be realistic, Dave, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, especially you, because of what's impending for you.
What's impending, yeah. So, yeah, that's how it's laid out. So if I need kits down, normally my eldest boy, Lex, comes in, or H gets her stall out and drops the kits down that I need from above. So, yeah. And then that's another one I've got that some might like. Let's just move the camera again. I do apologise for keep moving my camera, folks. Yeah, if I do that, I also use all the fronts of all my cabinets. See, like I've got lights, stalls, things, but I've got this paint rack, see, that hangs on the front of the door for me paints. I'll bring that on the bench because you'll like this one. This is what I 3D printed. And Fox loves this because it's got steampunk cogs on it. Hey, look at all the cogs. But what happens is you get it like that. You do that, and it stands up. How cool is that?
Oh, that is very cool.
You like it, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Got its own set of legs and everything, see? So when I'm done painting with my speed paints, I pick it up. I hang it back on the door of door hangeredness. See, it's little things like that are in the man cave. And then obviously in here, I should film all of this in me tour. When I open this and slide this shelf forward, I've got a masking tape cutter in there that does all the cutting of your masks. I've then got my spray booth under there. Next door to that is all my compressors, for my airbrushing, and then that runs up underneath the bench. So I will film all of that because, you know, literally it blew you away, Dave, that I've got my printer, my ink printer lives in here in a drawer.
Yeah, when you said you were going to buy one, and then where you put it, it's like, yeah, you can't put printers in it all yet.
Yeah. And then obviously when I spray, my spray booth plugs into my bench. Because behind Bruceykins, behind that iPad, this lifts up. And I've got a duct that runs right along the back of my bench underneath with a fan motor, like you're having an extractor fan in a bathroom. And that goes out through an hole in the wall. So all I do is I lift Bruce Willis up, my storage. I plug my square adapter in, pop my spray booth on it, and I can airbrush, and it blows it straight out. Same with all my resin printers and that. They're all connected to the same ducting system. So when I do the tour, I'll do the full how I put my spray booth in, where my printer lives, how everything in here is, you know, you open the door and there's something in there that slides out, you know, and all my mask cutters, everything's hidden, but it's accessible to me as I need it, you know. And then I have, to my side here, I have my grabber of goodness that I use to pull all my boom arms down so that I can do all my lighting and everything without leaving the pram. So, yeah. That's why it's laid out like that is, folks. But no, if you want a video of the man cave, I will happily do that for you. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not indeed? Jeff Light says, have you considered selling that paint rack, Cole? He said, it's a very cool idea. I haven't, to be quite honest with you, mate. It's one of them, you know, I like to challenge myself. I did it with, oh, let me just stand up.
I think I know what's coming out.
Yeah, you're getting the full Monty now, Jeff, now that you've raised this. You're going to get the full Monty. First up, I'll do the easy one. This is a 3D print. This is the Festa 67's workshop aircraft model holding jiggy thing. Simple. Slide it to whatever size aircraft you're doing. There you go. Nice and simple, isn't it? Yeah, so we got that one. I also...
I know what, yeah, I know.
You know what's coming. I set a challenge because someone stupidly said it was impossible to do. So I 3D printed a moto jig to build all my 1/12 bikes on. Now, as you can see, you turn the adjusters and it slides along. Look, it's fully adjustable, folks. Yeah. So...
is that the Mark 1 or the Mark 2?
This is the Mark 2. The Mark 1... oh, gold is buried right up there. I made out of styrene, didn't I?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the fully adjustable motor jig with the brass rods, the posts and all of that lot, they adjust. So yeah, that's the moto jig, folks. It can be done. Let's just slide that back into place. There you go. And then you just lock them in with the side nuts like that. Just build your model. Have you a bit of that? Yeah. So there you go. I challenged myself. I printed one. I used that on all my bike builds. It comes in really handy. So yeah. Have I considered selling them? Not really. It was just one-off things that I did just to occupy myself, to keep the brain working. So yeah. So that's the 2 jigs I've done so far. I'm going to be doing one for ships. So, yeah. You too can come up with these things, folks. Just something different, isn't it, Dave?
Yep.
He says, let's just put that brass thing back in, because I know the minute I open that door, that'll pop back out. Don't want that to happen, do we?
Nah.
Here you go. What else have I got that's... 3D print. Oh, I've got so much stuff that I've done, Dave. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
I know. I've got a few, but nothing anywhere near as what you've got.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of little bits that I do. I did one that's got my rivet maker in it, you know, for making the bolts, nuts and bolts for Warhammer things. Fox got the rivet one, I got the nuts and bolts one, and I built a box for it that it all stacks up in and closes. And it's like anything, you're not using it all the time, so I like coming up with these things to, for instance, you know, simple glue holders. I liked, you know, a free holder glue holder, set and sold. Boom, you know. All helps you do the stuff you need to do at the bench. But yeah, I do sit here sometimes thinking, yeah, I haven't had my printer on for a few days. What don't I need? Yeah. And then I messaged Dave, here, Dave, guess what this is? He's like, yeah, you need to get out more, mate.
Yeah.
And he's right, I do need to get out more.
Well, the other thing I'll get is, Dave, I have been fertling. I need you to test this, and I need to know what you do. On its way, you think, oh, Lord, what have it?
There is a parcel on its way to you, Dave. I've created a thing. Can you test it to destruction for me? Yeah.
And you just think, right, what was it last time? Oh, it was that last time. So, it might be, and then it arrives and you go, okay.
Yeah. This is normally at about 4:30 in the morning because I've been up all night because I've been bored. And it's like, yeah, I've been creating things, Dave. There's a parcel on its way. Let's see what you think. And he's like, oh my God. Yeah. Works well, Dave, doesn't it?
It does.
Richard's in saying hello, everyone. Hello, Richard. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you in, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, so we've just been having a tour of the man cave. I've been asked to do a video of it, so I shall do one. Also, I'm doing the alternate Christmas message this year because you got King Chuck doing his first Christmas message because his dear old mum departed the planet.
Yeah.
And I was asked by Sarah Jane to do an alternate Christmas speech. She was in earlier, but she's gone now. But yeah, so I shall be videoing that, putting that out. Why not? Got to have a laugh, ain't ya?
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Light says, are you an engineer by trade? No, I'm not, mate. I used to build custom motorcycles and trikes, do all my own sheet metal work, that sort of thing, mate. But no, I'm not a trained engineer, mate. I just like to sit and fiddle, mate. And yeah. And Fox likes it because I do the same with him. I bombard him with photographs saying, I have created this thing. What do you reckon? And he's like, dude, it's 2 a.m. Yeah, I know, but then it's, I would love to get inside your crazy little head one day. No, you don't want to go in there, mate.
Yeah. Fox, welcome to my world.
They do have to put up with a lot, you know. I'll give them that, but they're all very patient with me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God, he's been up all night. He's going to be nightmare. What's he gone and done?
Yeah, what's he doing now?
Morning, Dave, I go. I've been waiting for you to get up. Oh, my God, why? That's the worst mistake he makes. Now that you've asked, I'll tell you. I've been fettling, Dave, because I couldn't sleep. Oh, God, what you made? It's on its way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. the postman's going to be knocking on your door this week, Dave, with a parcel. Yeah. Jeff says, cool. Yeah. No, I've got no engineering training, mate. I did all of my training was welding, sheet metal work, you know, fabrication of that sort of, you know, car restoration side of things and that, you know. So that's when I went back to night school to learn all aspects of welding and sheet metal work, English wheels, that sort of thing. But no engineering training. That's one thing I would love to have done, would have been a full-blown engineering stroke electronics course. Because a lot of what I've learned, I've done the old school way, pick up a book and read about it.
Well, it's always out in university.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thought. Is that still going?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's still going.
There you go.
Oh, can you imagine it?
Cool, yeah.
Professor Festa.
Yeah. Cool. Could you imagine how many messages you'd get a night then? In my lab full of bubbling bottles and chemistry sets and, yeah, big Dave, I've created Frankenstein.
The world according to Festa.
Yeah. Jeff Light says I was a sheet metal worker. Oh, brilliant, mate. Good man. Yeah. Yeah. It's like these guys that forge, you know, and do the Damascus steel. I watched Forged in Fire. I don't know whether you've ever watched that, Dave.
Not watched every one of them. I've watched a few of them.
And I like all of that. You know, man doing Damascus steel and beating the bejesus out of it with a large hammer and anvil. And you sit there and you think, now that guy, he's an artiste and he's a genius. It's like, yeah, nice. And I love all of that old school creating with your hands, you know, and that's what it's about, isn't it? And it's, dare I say it, it's all skills that are sadly going.
Oh, what was it? I was watching, I can't remember what it was that I was watching, but it was someone working in a forge, and it wasn't a blacksmith's forge. It was a small forge.
Yeah,
and he would make all different tools and tools. Equipment, surgical equipment, should I say?
Yeah.
You know, the clamps and
yeah.
And he would make it. You know, if a surgeon said, "I need a clamp to do such and such," he would make it.
Nice one.
And he was, he probably, with the greatest of respect, he's probably in his 70s.
Yeah.
And he said, "When I stop, that's it.
Yeah.
This will die."
Yeah.
Because there's no lads out there that want to sit and learn what I do.
Yeah, willing to learn it. I used to watch Jack Hargreaves Out of Town. Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
You know, and I love all of that old school blacksmithing. Seeing someone English wheel with a bit of metal, or with a sandbag and an egg hammer shaping sheet metal.
Yeah, or he'd be you go down and watch a cooper make a proper barrel.
Yeah.
Or he'd go on one of these fishing tails.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Jeff Light says his son found several series of videos on how samurai swords are made. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good example, Jeff. Yeah. It's old school skills like that, Dave, unfortunately, are sadly gone. I used to watch a lot of Norm Abram, New Yankee Workshop. I used to love that program.
Oh yeah, whatever happened to that? Is he still going, or is
I think he's still alive. I can't be 100% sure, but I used to love watching that. I am going to be making a shaker table, and there it was. I've got me bandsaw and me pocket saw and all of that. Look at that little set of tracks, Dave. I made them. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he used to do his biscuit joints and his head.
Oh yeah.
Joints and he just sit and.
And he had a way, didn't he, of looking at the camera and he'd go, "I've got to get my router out." Used to be like, "Good for you, Norm." And This Old House with him and Bob Villa. Do you remember that?
Oh yes, yeah. And there was another one. There was a couple.
Oh, you're on about Dean and Robin, Own Time.
Yes.
Yeah. Dean and Robin doing Own Time. Yeah, can't remember that. Yeah. Whatever happened to these people?
I don't know.
Yeah. Fox says, watching Japanese craftsmen make washi paper is mesmerising. Yeah, skill level Japan. What more could you say, mate?
Well, yeah, I must admit, I've been watching Skill Level Japan on some of the car builders, and it's
Oh, Dave, it's a whole new ball game, mate, isn't it?
I was watching one today, and he's making his own wing nut. He gets a bit of round rod, and he makes his own hex nuts.
Yeah.
And then to finish off the car that he was building, he actually crafted his own ignition key.
Oh, right, yeah.
With leather fob.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating to watch, and you think, could I do that?
Yeah.
And no, I can't do that. There's a few little bits that I've seen on there that I think I could probably do myself.
Yeah.
Would I do them on camera?
No, absolutely not. Yeah. Do you remember the guy who used to do all the carving? Little things on the end of a needle, like, little cars and buses out of a grain of rice or whatever. Whatever happened to him?
I have no idea.
I used to have a ceramic tile laying around that I could cut my photo etch on, but what I cheat on now is I tend to use my master's lid. I will find it. Just makes cutting the photo etch easier.
Right.
If in doubt, just use what you can.
Yeah,
Y12.
Could either go very, very well, or it could go
very, very wrong. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Go. Let's cut.
Right.
And that one's cut.
Right.
Pink. All right. We then put that on the destructions so that I can find it again.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, you're suitably excused, Dave. And then that goes in there. But yeah, the Japanese Fox, they are wonderful, aren't they? Unbelievable, mate. It's funny, it's one of them. I don't know whether you're the same, but if ever I went to Japan, I would be silly enough to want to try a bit of their proper puffer fish that they do. You know, the one where it looks at you and goes, "I've got to kill you later." Yeah, I don't know why. It just appeals to me, mate.
I would like to go to Japan, and I would like to walk down where they got all the gadgets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the latest this, the latest that. Yeah.
I don't think I would buy anything. I'd be too frightened to buy it, but
yeah,
I would.
Yeah, you'd give it a good go, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, that went successfully. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'd also like to go out in the sticks in
Yeah.
Japan.
Oh, what? Right out into rural Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I must admit, you know, seeing all the old school stuff going on and traditional Japan.
Yes, proper Japan, not Tokyo or
Yeah, hyper city style. Yeah, just go out in the sticks. Yeah.
oh dear.
It's one of them. It's such a country of culture. You would want to learn it all, wouldn't you?
Yes.
And yes, you did see right, Dave. The super glue is out again.
Again.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you go steady.
Yeah, I know. Do you think I'm tempting fate, ain't I?
Yeah, you're going to end up with a digit stuck on a.
Yeah. Do you think I'm showing off because I'm having success with it? Do you think? I'm going to come unstuck now, don't you? You're hoping.
I think you're going to get stuck up.
Yeah, you're willing it to happen, Dave, ain't you? I can feel it.
Would I ever?
Yeah. Of course you would, because you know I would.
You're too right.
Here you go. That is another bit of photo etch. Oh no, Dave. Scary, eh? Right, that can go away. Right, where does that bit go? Goes in front of that, and apparently you go turny with it. Okay.
Turny.
Yeah, apparently you go turny with it, Dave.
Is that turny anti or turny clockwise?
Yeah. Metalhead says, yeah, the Yankee workshop isn't a thing anymore. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, what a shame. I used to like a bit of Norm.
I used to like watching that.
Yeah. Mind you, he's got to be nearly 70 odd now, I would have thought.
I would have thought so. If not, he's very close to it.
Yeah.
Old Norm.
Yeah. Yeah, because you used to get this old house, didn't you, with him and Bob. Then Steve took over, didn't it? And it was Steve and Norm. Then Norm left to do the new Yankee workshop, and he called it something else then. Yeah, you know what I meant. Yeah. Very nearly, Dave. I caught myself just in time.
Well done. I'm impressed.
The Bobbin says Japan is another world, mind a country. It is, mate. It is such a wonderful culture. And it's an interesting, if not slightly strange culture. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. We love its eccentricity, Dave, don't we? And I think most people are like that with Japan. They are such a wonderful race of people. But they are a bit out there as well at times, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got with the politest of respect, they've got very odd sense of humour.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Do you remember the Clive James notes where he used to go to Japan a lot, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, that's when I first discovered or got knowledge of Japan, and it kind of, really sparked my interest, you know? Yeah. Karaoke, when that first become a thing, and they would be giving it the beans full on.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, yeah, that works.
I ain't going to take off in this country.
Yeah, and of course, what happens? Your Uncle Pete gets a karaoke machine and thinks he's bloody Gene Pitney, doesn't he? And it's like, yeah. And you're sitting there and you're like, he's killing that. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
I saw one of their. I don't know what.
Yeah.
It was like one of the prankster.
Yeah.
channels or something they have out
Yeah.
there, and there's this young girl walking along, and then it says going on about it now, wondering why your colleagues are running with fear,
Yeah.
and these three people go running past her with blood curdling cries and screams, and then suddenly you see this dinosaur come round the corner,
Yeah.
and she does her best not to crap herself.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, would I like to have that dinosaur thing and on April Fool's go running through the lambs at work.
Yeah. Iron Man 129's in, says afternoon, folks. I've been away a while due to the workbench very nearly collapsing, which led somehow to a full resort of our entire house. Yeah. Including decorating. Oh, brilliant, mate. And he's got model making pup as well. Lovely to see you in, Iron Man. I remember my Aunt Wyn, who lives in Streatham, but according to her, it's called St. Reetham because she thinks she's Isis Bucket. We was in a pub in Streatham. This geezer's turned up, Dave, in full-blown Elvis gear.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because it's karaoke night. He's obviously walked down the middle of Streatham High Street dressed as Elvis. And he's got the wig on, he's got the glasses, the full Vegas suit with the cape, you name it, he's got it on, mate. The big belt, everything. And he burst into a rendition of an Elvis track, and he sounded exactly like Tom Jones. Sod all like Elvis. But Dave, the enthusiasm this bloke had for his 3 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
It was like, mate, that's dedication to the cause, isn't it?
It's dedication, but
yeah, you didn't know what to do because he, like you say, you're like, you know, if I'd said to my missus, right, I'm off out there, love, and she had clocked me done up like that, she'd go, what the bloody hell are you doing, love?
Yeah,
you need to go and see a doctor, mate. You're not well. Yeah, but no, and I'm like, he's walked down Streatham High Street like that and he's lived.
Yeah.
Does make you wonder. Yeah.
The times I've been driving around London and the sights that you see, you think, oh, dear God.
Yeah. I've been on a bus going through Tooting, no word of a lie, right? I see this bloke going along the street. Do you remember Bernie Clifton when he used to wear them ostrich legs and he had the thing in front of him with its head on?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's going down the street with one of them. Middle of Saturday afternoon. I'm like, really? Where's he going? What's he up to? And that's it. You then convince yourself of this little story of where this man is going. Yeah. The mind can boggle, Dave, can't it?
Where did I had to go to Docklands.
Yeah.
And talk about people wearing power suits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's very yuppie power type territory, isn't it? Yeah.
It was an eye opener. I thought that was just like a stereotype, but
no.
You got all these blokes in there.
I know what you're going to say. Can't move for the pinstripe, Dave, can you?
Pinstripe suits.
Yeah.
They've got their organisers or their electronic organisers that are welded to their left hands.
Yeah, Filofax, man. I know exactly who you mean, yeah.
I'm not entirely sure who is the worst. Is it the men or is it the women? Because they got the women's version of the suit, you know.
The power business suit. Yeah, I know the ones you mean, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, either with knee length skirt or trousers. They've got the 99-inch power heels on.
Yeah, Croydon facelift. Where they got their hair pulled back so tight they look like an Oriental lady.
Yeah, and they're strutting around, and I was just, you know, I only ever went up there once, and that was enough.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop just people watching.
Yeah, the women have that puckered expression of, I want to look powerful like a man because I want to prove I'm better than any man. And it's like, yeah, all right, love. Does that, you know? But they are convinced, Dave, aren't they?
My eyes was tracking this. I don't know. No idea how old she was or anything like that.
Yeah.
But she suddenly clocked the idea that someone was watching her, and she turned around and she looked at me as if I was, I don't know, something that she was about to flick off of the tip of her shoe, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, love, but I'm not happy before. This is this is eye-opening stuff for me.
Yeah, if you want a good laugh, folks, and you're up that neck of the woods, just sit in Canary Wharf and watch these people when they come out to go to their business lunches.
Oh, yeah.
It is hilarious, Dave, isn't it?
Oh.
Because it's like, I'm sure I've just seen that bloke. But no, they all have got the entire identical slicked back look, bouffant hairdo, you know, designer suit and what's his name? Shoes.
Yes.
You know, Prada shoes, that's the name I was thinking of. You know, they come walking out, they got their electronic organiser and their little, they don't carry a mobile phone like us normal folks. They've all still got the Captain Scarlet earpiece in, Dave, ain't they?
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Bluetooth earpiece that we all mock seems to be a fashion accessory for these folks, and they've all got them. And they come walking out like some kind of Stepford alien where they're all identical. It's really funny to go and watch because...
It is. There is nothing like people watching. I find it incredibly fascinating.
I sat on the bench peeing myself laughing with my missus. And it's the look they all give you as they walk past. There is an ordinary person sat there, not in a suit like us. And you just see their heads go a little bit, you know, the nose goes in the air, doesn't it? And then they all like going, oh, yes, I'll see you in Zurich. It's like, you ain't going to Zurich. You're going down that calf down the street. But they're trying to sound all sweet, windswept and exotic, isn't they?
Well, yeah. No, was it when I went up there? It was a really, really cold day because I think it was about either the back end or the beginning of December one year, and it was absolutely freezing.
Yeah.
And I've got a woolly hat on, and I've got. I look like something that just should have walked off of a council estate. And it's like,
Oh, you was proper Benny out of Crossroads, was you, Dave?
Oh yeah. If I'd had a donkey jacket, I would have had that on and all. And they look at me and they go, "Oh, where do you come from?" And it's like freezing cold, and they're all walking around in suits. They've got no coats on, and I'm thinking I'm cold now because I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Tell you what they look like. If any of you have watched Only Fools and Horses, you know when Del Boy tried to be a yuppie?
Yeah.
With his little Macintosh and his Filofax and his aluminium briefcase, Dave. How many of them did you see up there? Yeah. That's what they look like. And it is hilarious to see because they think they're so suave, and yet everyone is actually laughing at them. And it's like, but that's their thing, innit? Each to their own, I suppose.
Yeah. It's certainly when you see it on the news and you think, nah, people can't be like that.
Yeah.
And then you go up there and you go, oh, they are, aren't they?
Well, this is it, because we've all got a mate that's done the same as what we ended up doing, and they sit in the pub, don't they, and they tell you, yeah, I was up at the Wharf the other day, You want to see the Crawford and Finleys up there, you know, the surname clan.
Yep.
You know, Crispin, have you seen Tarquin and Jackson? You know, he's over there with Crawford and Hector, and so really?
Yeah, and there was as I was sat there watching, you know, you would have the phone call come through, and
Yeah.
the voice volume would go up.
Yeah.
And you think,
yeah,
who are you trying to impress here?
Yeah, they're like Dom Jolly when he used to pick his big phone up and go, hello. Yeah. It is funny. A double-barreled names, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Huntington Smythe. Yeah. Really? You think Rupert's are bad, mate? This is full of them, Dave, isn't it?
Oh, this is.
Yeah, I don't know whether New York, whether is it Wall Street in America, whether it would be the same down there, whether they would have that clan of people. If you ever watched a TV show called Suits with Gabrielle Macht playing Harvey Specter, yeah, it's like that. It's like a whole. You know, you're looking at about 400 Harvey Specters that come walking out of this building. It is hilarious, Dave, isn't it? It really is hilarious to see.
I was actually late getting to where I was supposed to be going.
Yeah.
Because I just sat there watching these people.
Yeah. I was transfixed by them, mate. So that's going to be a big boomstick then on there. It's going to sit, locate in there. Happy days. Oh, look at that. So have him ready as an additional extra. Metalhead says, I miss Ken Dodd and the Diddy Men. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do see these things and you just wonder, do these people actually deliberately go around like that because they think they look good? Is it a joke? Or are they so up themselves they just don't realise? I don't know.
No, I don't. I suppose it's they're in their bubble. Don't forget, you're the one that's invading their bubble. So
oh, yeah.
You are very much the outsider. You're not.
Yeah. I mean, I was lucky enough. I was up by the HSBC building, Dave.
Mm.
And we saw the head honcho come out with his entourage.
Oh, I can imagine.
That was hilarious because behind him he had obviously his personal lackey that was noting down every word of wisdom he was uttering. Then you had his security detail. Oh, mate, that was so funny. Oh, mate.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I do like watching the minions as they go.
Yeah.
If the boss comes in and you suddenly see how they start. I suppose sucking up to them is probably the wrong terminology, but
yeah, I know what you mean, though. Yeah. It is funny.
And last time I was with the top guy at my place, who he was just having a cup of coffee because he wanted to know how things were going for me and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And I said, I suppose you get a lot of that. And he said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, if they know who you are,
yeah,
they start sucking up to you. And he said, trust me. He said, yeah. And what was it he said? He said, I like it when they don't realise who I am.
Yeah, and then they announce themselves. Yeah.
And then he'll turn around and he'll just tell someone to get off and get a life,
Yeah.
they suddenly realise who he is.
Yeah. Now that must be funny.
Oh, I can imagine.
Did you used to watch that program on the telly where you had these people that were the business owner, but they would go for a job at their own company and do an honest month's work with the ordinary folk? Was it something like Don't Tell Them I'm the Boss or something like that?
No, was it Undercover Boss?
Something like that. And they would sit there and they would hear all these people, including managers, slagging off the business, the bosses higher up and all of that lot. And then suddenly they disappeared and left. And then a week later they would go back in all suited and booted as the CEO. And the amount of people that realised that was Harry, the bloke that they were slagging off their bosses to. And they're like, oh, yeah. And I admired that programme because it was basically big bosses of business wanting to see how the grassroots jobs were so that they could improve their business. But what it uncovered is it uncovered the surname clan and the career ladder climbers, didn't it? And yeah, they got seen for what they were, and suddenly, reality dawned on them. That was fun. They've got to come out of there because they're...
I can't exactly imagine the CEO at my place coming out to be on customer site.
Well, we was lucky with Go because John Graham was very proactive like that, and everyone at head office had to do once a year, a week at a particular site on the estate and do grassroots grunt work so that they didn't lose touch with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he himself would turn up, and you would go into, say, our Bristol site, and you might go in, you might have a look round the shop. And sat on the till is bloody John Graham, and he was the chairman. You'd have Lee Bagnall on the sales floor. He was the CEO. And you thought, good for them.
I actually think that's good because they will then command more respect.
Well, people admired them for it because they would turn up unannounced and just do it. And then, of course, if you had noobs that didn't know who they were, they'd just be chatting to them quite ordinarily. And then, like I say, they didn't want that, oh, I'm the CEO. But eventually, the managers of the site would realise who they were and start sucking up to them. And then you would have that moment where Lee would go, take your nose out my arse. I'm not here for that. Yeah. And it used to be so funny.
I think if they was arranging the CEO at my place to go and mob the site I'm on, I think I'd be Dave.
Yeah.
Take tomorrow off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I used to get one or two of the store managers to go, you are going to behave yourself. I go, yeah, fine. You knew when to muck about and you knew when to. But they would be on edge. They'd be like, oh, please don't drop me in it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. One of the little managers.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Oh, coming here as normal. No.
Yeah.
Well, where am I going? You're staying at home. Why? Just do as you're told.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, they would walk off and Lee would always say, it's like bobbing head dog that. Is he always like that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. When he knows you lot are coming, God, you want to see him panic. Yeah, he's getting my tits already. You have to put up with him every day. Yeah, he's great. But they would see all the problems firsthand. They wouldn't say nothing there and then. But, yeah, they would go, I could see why the staff are getting yumped with them because, yeah. And it was brilliant. And I used to take me hat off for them. And they was the same with all the head office people, that would sit there on the end of a phone dictating to people how they should do their job. And, of course, Lee and John would pick up that was what's going on. Say, don't worry about that. We're sending them to Cardiff this month to do their week in a site. And it's like, oh, yeah. They'll change their attitude when they come back. And it was a way of keeping people level-headed. Because you know what head office people are like. Oh, I work at head office. Yeah. And I thought it was a brilliant idea. I really did.
I think a lot of companies could learn something.
Yeah. Everyone admired it because they thought, yeah, what a bloody good idea.
The only trouble is, I don't think it would happen because one person will get wind of what's going on.
Yeah.
And then everything gets swept under the carpet, isn't it?
Absolutely. And this was the thing. They never said what week it would be. If you had the same manager that was there the year before, you would see them start going round nitpicking and dressing the site up because they've convinced themselves that over that next couple of weeks, because it happened last year, is when they're going to turn up. And they didn't. And then, like, they would relax several months later, and all of a sudden, they would come in, and one of them's on the till, and, oh, mate, used to freeze me up, the panic look. Oh, thank you. Richard Thomas has put in a £5 super chat. Thank you very, very kindly, mate. It will be put to great use. It helps dear little old Festa out and keeps things ticking over and brings the content for you guys and girls. So many, many thank yous, buddy. Does mean a lot. It really does. You'll get a bit of a ding-a-ling and a bit of on-screen air guitar any minute on the YouTubes, mate. It will happen. Just a slight delay. I was saying earlier on about chats and getting missed and that. There's a bit of a delay between us and YouTube. Nothing we can do about that.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, mate. But it's rung in my ear hole, so it should come up on your screen soon. There it is. I'm seeing it my end, so yeah. Thank you very kindly, Richard. That it really does mean a lot, mate. Because, you know, it helps me keep this stuff going for the streams and the software and, yeah. And it puts a little lump in my throat because I'm feeling loved, Dave.
Feeling love, are you?
Feeling
love, are you?
Feeling loved, Dave. Feeling loved. Feeling all the love, Dave.
Yep.
Matthew Waters, what's that? It says see you gets or guts or whatever there.
Yep.
Big Izovsky. No worries, mate. Yeah, we've run over, Dave. It's 3:20.
Oh, that's... Yeah. Well,
Wow.
I spoke to Mum yesterday. She said, are you doing your thing tomorrow? I said, yes.
Yeah.
What time are you finishing? No idea.
Yeah. We'll come off at 30:30, folks. Yeah, that'll be an hour over, Dave. Oh, how bad are we?
Oh, I don't know.
Matthew Ward says, see you later, guys. No worries, Matthew. Thanks for coming in and joining us, mate. Nice of you to keep us company. We enjoy your company, fella. No worries at all, mate. We can have a bit of that. Get them sorted out, and then we'll come off at 30:30. That'll be enough. But we've done now. Gone an hour over, Dave. It's what happens when me and you get yattering.
Yep.
Like a pair of old women, ain't we, when we get going?
Yeah.
That was the jerry cans. That's the bits I'm looking for. 7 and 8. Richard says to you, how's the shiny car going, Dave?
It's going all right.
Yeah, there you go, mate.
We're getting there.
Pardon me.
I'm not sprayed the body yet. It's still...
Have you decided on a colour yet, mate?
That's going to be roughly the colour that we're going to go for. It's
oh right, yeah,
kind of a midnight purple.
Oh, nice
ish.
Yeah,
but I don't know whether to do it over a flat primer,
yeah,
or whether to go over with some of the old Tamiya chrome silver,
Yeah.
and then put purple over the chrome silver. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that at the moment.
Yeah. Ah, look, mint, mate.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yep. So yeah, it's yeah. Well, with me, it's slowly, as always.
Don't worry about it, mate. Takes as long as it takes. Not a race. I've said that to you before. It ain't a competition, my friend.
Oh no, I'm not. I think it's going to be German grey for the interior. It's a bit.
Yeah. Jeff says to me, are you doing your Fox stream a bit later, mate? Yeah, hopefully it'll be about 5 o'clock, mate. There or thereabouts. I haven't had a confirmation yet. If I have, it's probably stuck in Messenger and I haven't read it yet, mate.
Yeah, there's been a warning go out for the National Coal Board to stoke up the fires for sheep.
So actually, I'll be doing all the buttonage my end because it's the safer option. Yeah, he's asked me to do it, so I'll happily do that. I think he's done it so that he can blame me if it goes wrong. I know what he's up to. No, all joking aside.
Plastic Alchemist is in saying good afternoon and how are we all doing?
We're doing fine, mate. Question is, how are you doing? Are you okay? That's the key. I hope you're keeping well. Everyone that you love is keeping well. Go. Use that to bung that on there and then I can cut the chunk off then. Just makes it easier to get that in place for me. Then I can nip that off. Just like that. Go. Another jerry can done, Dave.
Oh.
Yeah, we're doing fine and dandy, mate. Fine and dandy. I mean, me and Dave will be coming off in about 8 minutes. So we'll do a little finish up just to say our goodbyes by coming up and saying goodbye to you all. And then I'll be on about 5 o'clock over on the Guru's channel, doing a bit more on the Lehman Rust build. So, yeah, busy day for Festa on a Sunday. But luckily, I haven't got E-models tomorrow, so I can have a breather tomorrow and take the night off.
Oh, you got a night off tomorrow night, have you?
Yeah. Yeah, we do it bi-weekly now, that show, which helps because Sundays is a bit,
hectic.
Yeah. I'm knackered by the end of it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but I enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but it can be demanding, especially at the moment.
Oh, I think we need to strip the wheels.
Oh, you're going to strip the wheels?
Yeah.
Oh, kit chrome?
Yeah.
Yeah, strip them.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, have you stripped them yet, Dave?
I'm just about to take the tyre off this one, and then I'm going to start stripping.
Yeah. Da 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 da. Oh, not that sort of stripping. No, okay.
No. I would not inflict that on anyone.
So, see, I felt my retina shrinking as you said it, mate. Yeah. I'm sure in his own mind, he looks lovely. But we've all done it. We are men of a certain age. And we've all come out the bathroom. And we've all walked past that long mirror in the hall and caught a side glimpse, haven't we?
Yeah.
And you think, oh, when did all of this go wrong?
Yeah.
So we're going to have additional jerry cannage because I want more than one on there, more than two. So we're going to have a bit of additional cannage. Yeah. Because we can. See what I did there, Dave?
Yeah. You did the can, didn't you?
I did. I went there. So we're going to have a bit of that. We've got them. I'm going to knock the rest of them tracks out, hopefully during the week, or as many of them as I can. And then next week, I'll sit and build the auxiliary bits. The big Bren gun thing. or whatever it's called. M2, is it? Yeah. So it can either go on a bracket on top of the, I presume, I don't know where it goes actually. M19A4 with the swing frame, right? Okay. So you build all of that, but there's already a gun on top of it. So where does that one go? Ooh, where's that go? Or is that an alternative gun?
Oh.
I don't know. Where's that one go? Oh, any armour experts? Look, you get that gun to build at the end, all of that, and all of that. But there's already that gun that goes on top of the turret, like that. So what's that one? There you go.
Is it an alternative one?
Could well be. It says M1919A4 machine gun with swing frame. And I think it goes on this tripod as an additional, this is what you can build thing, and have it next to it perhaps. I don't know. Or does it sit on the tripod on the tank somewhere? I honestly have no idea. Could be if you're doing a dio or something, couldn't it? But yeah. Yeah. Don't try to sound like you know what you're on about with a tank, because you ain't got a Scooby-Doo, mate.
I can't help you on that one, I'm afraid.
No, it's curious. I'm going to build it anyway because... But I think once I've done the 3 Ryefield tanks, I'll probably have a vignette with them all on there.
Look at you.
Look at me with me vignette-ness, Dave.
Oh, no.
Up until I started building this, I thought a vignette was an ice cream. See what I did? Yeah, shall I get me coat?
Yeah.
We've got the big gun. That can go in there safe. All of this. And what I will start doing next week is I will start building my block of primerness that all of these little components are going to go on. And then I'll probably prime them ready for paint. I've not looked at the paint call outs on it, so I might have to order some paint for it.
Does that mean you'll be in your prime then?
Moving on. Yeah, so I'll look at the paint call outs and see whether I need to. Notice how I went straight over your joke there, Dave. Does that tell you something?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what we do, folks. This is what we do. One of us will come out with a gag and the other one just goes, yeah.
Yeah, we could all see the tumbleweed.
Absolutely. There you go. So that's all of that in there. Dave, that can live on there. That is the run of tracks in there in the gig of clampiness. So that's what I've been up to. Didn't see the point of full screening it because, yeah, it's, you know. There you go. Have you a bit of him. And rather than them fall off the rump, let's drop the jerry cans in as well. Here you go. Oh. Yeah, pardon me. Foxy's back in. I thought Dave was playing with a bubble dip then. Laugh out there. No. Oh, we're just about to come off air and say our goodbyes. I'm going to move up to my Faith camera.
Right. Oh, hang on.
Do that. Let's have a looky-loo. Go on there. Have you a bit of him. There you go. Metalhead 5368 says, I only have my phone to send messages and I'm not very fast at typing. So before the stream ends, I will bid everyone in chat, Colin and Dave, the best. It's been fun watching you two. Take good care. And yourself, mate. You take care and stay safe, mate. Big hugs and love to you and all your family and friends, mate. And yeah, thanks for your support, mate. And it's nice to see you in. We look forward to spending our Sundays and that with you all. Plastic Alchemist says, all going well, my friend. Pushing on the next build for a video. Good man, mate. Yeah, I need to get back to regular filming. I've parked a lot of it now. I didn't want that towel anyway. I've parked a lot of it till the new year because I've been having me bum kicked by the carcass, and I thought rather than start anything new of the film, I'm going to start afresh in the new year. Just give myself a couple of more weeks just to get back in the swing of it, because I've been out the loop on and off for the last couple of months. So, yeah, I'll be binge building in the new year. I've got loads of projects lined up for 23. First project or stuff to get done is all the new layout for next year, so I can move my streaming software. And then all my editing software, I'm moving from Adobe Suite. I'm moving into using other alternatives. So keep an eye out for that. Build-wise, I am going to be binge building cars and bikes to get the stash thinned down. And then I'll be doing a couple of key builds. Will be the big GT40. I've got a 1/8 type Jaguar that I'm going to be doing and filming. I've then got the Mad Max Road Warrior V8 Interceptor diorama build that I'm going to do. And then down here for the live streams, I've been building the one that I'm 3D printing, Dave, all the bits for.
All the bits and pieces.
It's going to have sound and audio, and lighting in it. So, yeah, I'll be doing that. And then, obviously, painting the Warlek and the Insane Blade at some point during the year, filming all of that. So, loads coming, which means it's all going to go PATRON again, Dave, doesn't it?
Yep.
So we'll love and leave you. Massive hugs and thanks to everyone that's come in and kept us to company. Thank you for the super chats. Massively appreciated. And I'll see you later over on Fox's. Me and Dave will be back Wednesday, and that is over on the eModels channel doing our Wednesday workshop at the bench. We'll be doing that. Bit more work on the trucks, getting them sorted out, and carry on with that. And then we'll be back for a frolic, excuse me, with Fox on Friday. Yeah.
It goes very quick.
It does, so keep an eye out for that. Hopefully I'll get a chance to do one with Philip as well this week, a prime time, so we'll keep an eye out on that.
So that'll be chaos then.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that'll be a let's pick on Philip and Panzer. Vernon's K says, cheers, Colin and Dave. Stefan Last says, thanks for now. We'll check in with Colin and Fox a bit later if nothing unexpected. Yeah, no, it should be all right. I take it we're going at 5, are we, Fox? Because he's in the chat. Ray Aquilina says, see you later, guys. I'll wait for Fox to reply because that will confirm that we're ready to go. Because I haven't logged on yet, so I don't know whether he's set a stream up. So, until the next time, love and leave you all. Stay safe. See you soon.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.